jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
What's good, everyone? WCS on deck once again. You already know. Back with another one. Shout out to Mr. Pass on deck. Big up WCS, hilarious thumbnail, LOL with the Meerkats. You know what I'm saying. Just got to be creative. You feel me? King Mitch on deck, man. Plant said he was just burying the beef between the two. I know. That was smooth. I mean, I'm telling you, Plant smooth with it, bro. Plant smooth with it. Man, shout out to Young Warrior in the building, man. A riser, a boxer, a future star. More millions on deck, man. Very talented fighter. Down in Decatur, man. Salute to Mo Millions. Good to see you, brother. Cooking with Sir Senior on deck. What's good? I'm ready for this one. Well, we pretty much know everything that's been going on, right? We've been listening. We've been hearing. We've been trying to figure everything out. Let me start from the beginning, okay? We already know these two were scheduled to fight. It got real disrespectful, and when you get disrespectful in boxing or any combat sport, you got to back it up, right? So, one of the fighters that was disrespectful in the co-main event was Anthony Dirrell, in my opinion. It didn't get to the point where Canelo and Caleb Plant traded blows or anything like that. It was more so verbal sparring, man. Name calling and shit. You calling the man a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You calling the man a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And you've been on record as saying that you ain't lost to a white boy. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to lose to a white boy. You ain't lost to a white boy. That's what you said. But all of a sudden, after the bitches, that you ain't lost to a white boy, all the confidence that she was having, talking about this man was going to be running around the ring. Dude, you got smashed. You got buried. He didn't put you on top of the dirt. He put you beneath it. And to make sure you was buried, he went over there and grabbed the shovel and started putting more dirt on you, dog. You got to own up to it. Let's get some true facts about Anthony Dirrell, man. 34 victories in, 3 defeats, 2 draws, 25 knockouts, right? 3 of his defeats, 2 of those have been via knockout, right? So let's look at his first loss. All right. Anthony Dirrell's first loss was versus Badu Jack back in 2015. Then second loss was against David Benavidez, of course. And then Caleb Plant. It just happened. He was stopped by David Benavidez. He had a real bad cut over his eye. I thought Anthony Dirrell was doing very, very well in that fight. He was boxing his ass off. And that fight kind of earned him a little bit more credibility that he still has value in the division. Real talk. But then He goes in there against Tyrone Davis, who showed up and showed out. And people's like, okay. You know, maybe we need to see something else, you know what I'm saying? Because Tyrone Davis came on hard, you know, winning that fight 15-2. Tyrone Davis did his thing. It was a close-ass fight. One judge even had it 114. And then he went there against Marcus Hernandez. That was back in November 2021 last year. So damn near just outside a full year, he gets to fight with Caleb Plant. Initially, when this news was broke, I wasn't really feeling it too much. I was like, why he's fighting Anthony Dirrell, though? But then I started doing my research. I was like, well, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people felt he was doing well against David Benavidez before he got the cut. You know what I'm saying? But a cut is a cut. Felt he was doing well. And he only been stopped one time before. You know what I'm saying? Before heading this fight with Caleb Plant. And that wasn't like a knockout, what we just witnessed. It was a stoppage. It was a TKO. You know what I'm saying? Even though they have a KO, you know, it was a stoppage because of the corner or whatever. You know, it was a huge cut over his left eye. So you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Boxing does that sometime now. So when he came in here with Caleb Plant, man, Caleb learned some shit off Canelo fight. I ain't gonna lie. Caleb learned some shit, bro. As intense and physical as that fight got at the face-off, it seems like Caleb Plant learned so much about, you know, leading up to that fight with Canelo Alvarez, that when he went in this and he felt all the energy that Anthony Dirrell was giving him, it just seems like he was just zoned in, man. He was truly focused. He was like, shit. You know, even his replies, man, was on point. You know what I'm saying? Even his replies was on point. But let's take it back. You know, I want to play the audio of what Anthony Dirrell said years ago. He's up here making a video and making it seem like if anybody can present the video, I give him $10,000. So he must have had his people go out there and you know, take down all the videos or whatever, and then come on here and make an IG video. I thought it was bullshit, dog. I thought that was some shit. It was some petty ass bullshit, bro. You said it. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen to the audio right quick. Let's listen to the audio, man. This is you, Anthony. This is you, big dog. Hold on. You heard it for yourself. He said, I ain't never lost to a white boy. I ain't gonna start now. That's you, Anthony Dirrell. I ain't never lost to a white boy. I ain't gonna start now. That's what you have to own up to. That's what you own up to. But check this out. It was another boxer that we know very, very well too. Look at his audio. Check out his audio. Well, history does repeat itself in the most brutal fashion. You know, B-Hop absolutely went in there and lost to Joe Calzaghe. You feel me? He absolutely went in there and lost against Joe Calzaghe. Once again, he went in there and lost against Joe Calzaghe. And anybody know Joe Calzaghe? You know what I'm saying? He was told to his face by Bernard Hopkins, he'll never he would never let a white boy beat him. And this is way back in '08. This is way back in '08. Joe Calzaghe was undefeated. A lot of people don't talk about Joe Calzaghe, but the man did lead the sport, 46 victories and 0 defeats or 32 knockouts. You feel me? But B-Hop is on record as saying he'll never let a white boy beat him. Never. That's B-Hop, Hall of Famer. What happened? He went there against Kelly Pavlik. He came there, a second white boy beat him. He got the win. And then he got another win. He fought Roy Jones, picked up that win via unanimous decision. John Pascal, twice, got a draw and then unanimous decision. Another brother, Chad Dawson, no contest. Fought him again, lost via majority decision. Kept on until he got there and ran in there. We're going to leave Sergey Kovalev out of it. We're going to go to Joe Smith. Because what Joe Smith did to Hopkins was almost like he was getting his reparations. For real. It's almost like he was collecting a debt that Joe Calzaghe really didn't collect the right way. You know what I'm saying? He got paid, but it wasn't everything with interest. And that's what Joe Smith did. Joe Smith, you know what I'm saying? He knocked this man through the ropes out the ring. We're talking about Bernard Hopkins. He knocked him out the ropes, through the ropes, out the ring, bro. But these are two individuals that was on record as using the white boy comment, and it didn't fare well for him. Now, Anthony Dirrell, I'm going to be honest with you. The way that Bernard Hopkins went out the ring, he landed on the floor. Okay, I get it. But he really didn't tell Joe Smith that. It was just Joe Smith being a debt collector, and he was about to prove a point in the worst way. All right? But with you, being the Caleb Plant, people say he's one of the smooth white fighters in the game. He actually has some black in him. People done said anything and everything about Caleb, right? But you brought that into the conversation. Anthony Dirrell did. And to go in there and get knocked out the way you did, bro. To get knocked out the way you did, the audio is out there. But you don't want to acknowledge it, bro. Own it. Own it, bro. When you say that white boy shit and you want to act like you'll never lose and you won't lose, you're not going to start now. Bro, he knocked you cold the fuck out. He stretched you, bro. You have to own up to it. All you sensitive boxing fans to say, well, Caleb Plant, the way he grabbed the shovel and mimicked that he was putting dirt on top of the rail, that was unsportsmanlike. Man, get the fuck out of here, dog. That was sportsmanlike. Like I tell y'all all the time, right? Let me get to the chat first. And then I'm going to get back to what I'm saying, right? Mr. Pass on deck. Salute to you, brother. Pick up WCS hilarious thumbnail. Plant said he was just burying the beef between the two. I like what Plant said, man. I like what he said. That was smooth. Cooking with Sir Senior. What's good? And shout out to Coach Mustafa over there, man. If you're still over there, more millions on deck. Shout out to Coach Mustafa over there doing his thing as always. Y'all be sure to check him out. Tony Boswell on deck. Much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Just got off work. Salute to you, Tony. Appreciate you pulling up as always, my brother. Big Blunts at Boxing on deck. Salute to you, brother. What's good, family? Smash the like. No doubt. King Mitch. I said Plant was going to style on Dirrell. Motherfuckers gave pushback. The results were even worse than I anticipated. Yeah, man. Nobody can say I picked Dirrell to beat Plant. I did not do that. What's going on, Pop? What's going on? What's good with it? What they do? My gosh, WCS, nothing. On with another one. Bud gonna stop Spence. What's good? Salute to you. Did he say that? That's the audio. I just played the audio, big dog. I just played the audio. That's audio way back when. I just played the audio, man. You know what I'm saying? King Mitch, much respect. I actually got the audio off Coach Malachi live, man. I said, shit, that's a good little gem right there. Shit. when he was doing his live, I said, let me scoop that audio up. I got to. You know what I'm saying? No, I just told you. I got the audio. That video, Bernard Hopkins, that video is out there. Everybody know that with him and Joe Calzaghe. But I got the audio from Coach playing it on his live today. So I'll say, cool, I got to use that. And y'all can go check it out on New Media Today, USA Boxing. You know what I'm saying? Damn good live today, Coach. Much respect, Big Blunts of Boxing. Balaj on deck. Salute to you, brother. Busted for real. New Media Today, USA Boxing on deck. Salute to Coach in the building. Yeah, man, Dirrell had to man up to what he said. Stand on that shit. That's all he has to do. That's all he has to do, man. Own it. You know, people will respect you if you own it, man. You got knocked out. It's happened. It happened, bro. You know what I'm saying? It happened. That's why a lot of people are waiting for Devin Haney to fight Lomachenko. They still haven't forgot what he said. You think they just saying, oh, he defended his titles? Yeah, we checked the box. We salute him. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. You can't sit up here and criticize his resume anymore. He did it. He defended him. He did what Teofimo couldn't do. He did what George Kambosos couldn't do. But people still remember that comment that he said. And they still waiting to see if this Lomachenko fight gonna happen after he faced Jermaine Ortiz. I'm serious, bro. They still motherfucking waiting, man. Boxing fans are petty like that. They look, they just haven't said anything because he just got off defending his belts and they just letting it die down because they don't know what's going on with Lomachenko. But if Lomachenko get that win and Top Rank come around and say, okay, we're gonna make this fight, I promise you, I'm telling you right here, right now, they're gonna bring back up that audio. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Watch what I tell you. Andrew on deck. Salute. I'm no forensic audio expert, but it sure sounded like he said it to me. You know what I'm saying? It sure didn't he? Own that shit, man. Come on, bro. Come on. Don't deny it. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. OG on deck. How you feeling, Bruce? You know what I'm saying? Own that shit, bro. So, let me shout out to my guy Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, aka Showtime. Shaw in the building, man. Big salute to the UGK of media, man. Then he got knocked out the ring by Joe Smith. Yeah, man, Joe Smith proved the point. The debt wasn't fully collected. Feel me? The debt wasn't fully collected. That's what Joe Smith took it out on him. And he made a point. He made a point. Joe Smith did not stop boxing once he went into the ropes. He continued to punch. Even when Bernard was on his way through the ropes, Joe continued to punch because he wanted to be the white boy to put him out into the motherfucking floor and say, goddamn, respect the sport. Respect the sport. You got ahead of yourself. Respect the sport. King Mitch on deck. Bernard Lion ass clearly got knocked out the ring. Then he was pushed out. Then faked the ankle injury. Man, Bernard, dog. Bernard is the professor, dog. Man, it's no way he was bringing his ass back in that ring. It's no freaking way, man. There's no way he was coming back in that ring. Sounds good. Think I'll do some dabs later. Alexander on deck, what's good? Y'all heard if you got the comment late. Good looking though. No doubt, bro. Dave Benavidez don't have no head movement. Well, it really didn't, you know. I gotta stay on topic. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back to what's next for whoever. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Plant. I want him to face David Benavidez, not Canelo Alvarez. For real. See, the talk is that Caleb Plant has a new trainer now, so they're trying to hype him up, you know, and say his boxing skills is changed levels, which would better prepare him for his rematch with Canelo. But anyway, let's get back to Anthony Dirrell. My point is, right? We understand heading into this fight, use a worthy opponent for Caleb Plant, and just like a lot of us that compete. When I was growing up, especially down here in the A. I'm gonna tell you some real shit, right? It used to be a mentality when it came to running and track that these white athletes shouldn't be able to beat the brothers. And for a long time, like where I was from, it wasn't any white athletes, white track runners that was faster than the fastest black athlete in the state. Or, that's just the way it was, right? So me growing up with that mentality, all I've ever raced when I was running was brothers. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, growing up in the street before I really started to get into the thick of thing in the competition. And then I remember going over to this school, right? And my coach was white. And he said, "Hey, Scotty, hey, this 110 hurler, he pretty fast. I know you from the city and everything, but he's pretty fast. This gonna be a big test for you." And this was when my first year when I was running, my first year of track, I was running varsity, because I was naturally fast. I don't know how I was that fast because I was eating mayo sandwiches and motherfucking pork and bean and hot dogs. My diet sucked. I blame my parents. Anyway, I went over there, man, and I saw the white track runner, right? And I was like, okay, he looked like he got some muscle on him, like he played football or something like that. So I say, man, I don't think he got, he was shorter than me. I say, man, please, he ain't catching me, man. I got a fast start, he ain't catching me. Shit, that gun blew. I got out on the 40, and all I know, the fifth hurdle, I saw his lead leg come up next to me. We hit the 6 together, 7. He started to pull away at the 8, 9, and 10 across the finish line. He's the first hurdler to beat me. I was undefeated the whole time of my first year, and then this dude was the first hurdler to beat me. I dapped him up and everything. I felt some type of way. So after that, he made me be better. I started lifting weights with my leg, doing squats, leg presses, and all this shit. Long story short, all I'm saying is, yeah, you can have that mentality back in the day, but that shit has changed. We have white athletes that's just as fast as the black athletes now. Times have changed, y'all. Times have changed. I don't know if you see bowling. I forgot his name. The track runner, the white dude. What's his name? I'm looking it up right now. His name is Matthew Bowling. Fast than a mother. He fast as hell. When I was coming up, we didn't have a Matthew Bowling anywhere. We didn't have a Matthew Bowling. Like the fast one I seen, he was on his way out the door and he was hurdler, and I thought he was fast, but me and him was in the same school, but he was on varsity. He was head. Well, I ran varsity, but he was the head. And let me see. No, he ran varsity track because I didn't compete when I was in the 8th grade. I competed when I was in the 9th. But he couldn't even mess with the brothers when it came to the hurdles and all that. We didn't have an athlete that stood out. But in this day and time, with everything that's going on, these guys are much better, especially in combat sports. You got white boxers out there that can fight. You know what I'm saying? That goes without saying. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You got something to throw hands. You know what I'm saying? I remember finding out how strong them country dudes are down there in Georgia. Real talk. These dudes been hauling hay bales and feed and all that shit ever since they was a kid. They got that natural cock-strong strength, man. And who's to say they can't fight? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that Anthony Dirrell underestimated Caleb Plant in this particular situation. He had to bring in the white boy status. I think, if anything, that might have fueled him a little bit more, Caleb Plant, but not so much. I just think Caleb believed that he can beat Dirrell, period. He's a much more superior fighter. But when he stuck him to the ribs with that left and came over the top, I mean, he sat down on that bitch like he was watching a movie. Serious. He sat down on that damn punch, that hook up top. He hit Anthony Dirrell, if you're listening, He hit you, goddamn, and I felt it. I felt that shit, Anthony. Real talk, I felt that punch. I had to goddamn go to the mirror and see if I was swelling. I'm checking my face just to be cool. I went there and put some ice in that motherfucking towel, wet that motherfucker, and then I was icing my shit down so it wouldn't swell overnight. He lit your ass up. Real talk. He lit your ass up, bro. You got to call it for what it is. Don't y'all come in here being all sensitive. Dirrell, he needs this. You spoke on it. You spoke on it. You supposed to go in there and shut the shit down. You supposed to go up and shut the shit down. I felt like you favored worse than Bernard Hopkins being punched out the ring. At least Bernard Hopkins had enough consciousness to fake that his ankle, his head, his shoulder, his neck, his back, his elbow, all that shit was hurting. He couldn't continue. You had the whole ringside commission, the doctors, the EMT. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was there. And I'm not making fun. Look, we can't sit up here and be serious about everything when people's talking shit now. I know it's hard. People gonna come up here. I know, man. It's kind of fucked up because Deontay was up there. He shed some tears for Pritchard Cologne. And this has nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I respect what he was talking about. But I just, Anthony Dirrell is okay, so it's fair game. He's okay, but it's fair game now. It's fair game, bro. You did it to yourself. All you had to do was go in there and fight and win the fight. Nobody would have been talking about, bringing up audio and what you said years ago. Nobody wouldn't have been talking about this shit. But that guy, goddamn, that punch set that he landed on your ass, it's just super nasty, bro. And then he said, when asked by the reporters, he said he was burying the beef. Damn. That's a motherfucking classic. Caleb Plant said he was burying the beef. And in reality, even though it's a play of words, he was right. You were his beef. But instead of saying he was burying your black ass, he said, I'm burying the beef. Damn. God damn, man. If Caleb would have went up there and said some shit like, yeah, I buried his black ass. Everybody, oh, God, we knew it. He's racist. He's racist. I'm serious, dog. AJ, what's good, bro? I try hard as hell to get that 10 racks. He wasn't going to give you no 10 racks, man. He was sitting up here trying to save face, bro. Let's be honest with ourselves. He was trying to save face. Don't come out with no fucking IG video. If anybody can present that video for me, I give him 10 racks. But yet, you know what I'm saying? Somebody present the audio, and you deny that's you. You deny. Man, that's little boy shit right there. Now you being a clown about it. You know that's you, bro. You know that's you. Yeah, I heard it got the command. Okay, cool. Alexander on deck. What's good? Boxing nerd on deck. What's good with it? Dave Benavidez don't have no head movement. From what I hear, and shout out to Blunts, man. He shot me a screenshot. David Benavidez possibly facing Jose Ukasagi. Oh my God. Man, I'm definitely not gonna interrupt this talking about that. Hey, there you go, Tony. There you go, Tony. Shout out to got Trick Noti on deck. What's good? White boys can't jump, but they sure can fight. Just as Anthony Dirrell, how he got his noggin infiltrated by Iron White Tyson. He called him Iron White Tyson, bro. God damn, the people on Dirrell tap dancing, stomping, goddamn doing the two-step, the electric slide. Dude, he put you under the dirt, bro. He put you under the dirt. I don't want to hear no sensitivity. I don't want to hear no motherfucking unemployed life coaches coming over here to my, hey man, usually I support your channel, but today you're just being disrespectful. No, I'm not. No, not at all. He's supposed to get everything he was getting. He was calling the man a bitch, telling him not to run. You know what I'm saying? He said what he said, bro. He said what he said. Come on, let's not forget. If he trained the way he's supposed to, nobody can beat him. And I'm going to assume that he trained the way he was supposed to before he stepped in there with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, former IBF super middleweight world champion, has lost to Canelo Alvarez. He too was stopped, but not in a fashion for which he stopped Anthony Dirrell. God damn it. God damn. That shit was crazy, bro. Hold on for a second. Got to answer the phone when mom's call. Mom Dukes. Andre Crawl from up on the ring and challenge Plant. Listen, I heard that, Mitch. I got to get to him. That's another one. That's another one that's trying to seize the moment. I don't blame him, but come on, bro. Come on, man. Look, he's coming off a fight with Canelo. Then he returns from getting stopped and stops Anthony Dirrell in brutal fashion. And now Demetrius Andrade won his shot. Now he wants his shot. Then he just pull out a fight. I mean, what's going on, man? We talking about the brother who wore a pirate suit at one point in time, and it wasn't even freaking Halloween. It wasn't St. Patrick's Day. He just set the brothers back. Him and Sean Porter was in cahoots with one another. You know what I'm saying? Wearing this goofy shit. You know, I'm not trying to talk about Demetrius Andrade right now, man. They give him the fight, cool. But I don't know what's going on with that brother. He pulled out that fight. I'm asking myself, what's going on with him? You know, what's going on? Where's his team? What's going on? Trick say, I tried to box back in 95. This white boy hit me in the stomach, and I said, fuck this. I would just go up in the club and get on these gals, and ain't been in the ring since. Man, it ain't for everybody. Boxing isn't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just like when, you know, I used to be a wrestling, track practice, and I used to go out there to the wrestling mat because I wanted to know how to wrestle. So, you know, the whole team was white. The whole team was white. And, you know, they looked at me, man, I just want to come here and wrestle. You don't want to be on the team? Hell no. So, you know, imagine how that played out. Oh, we'll show you some stuff now, but it's gonna be a hefty price. You know what I'm saying? Because wrestling is a physical sport. Caleb, Don, what's good? Caleb is from the slums of Tennessee. He's been exposed to some ish. His mindset is that of a brother, the Eminem of boxing. I give him a higher. I can't associate him with Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Because I never figured Eminem to be, you know, black. I just thought he was a very talented lyricist. You know what I'm saying? But for Caleb, I know he came from some rough edges in Nashville, you know, in Tennessee. Yeah, he came from some rough, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? But he goddamn dropped a cinder block on the jawline of freaking Anthony Dirrell. You know what I'm saying? And a good thing he get paid for violence, because that shit was an all-out assault. That shit almost turned out to the point where they was looking for the police out in the parking lot. Say, hey, do you have some chalk? And they was like, why? Why you need chalk, man? It's a fight going on there. I know. You know, Anthony Dirrell is laid out in the ring. We need you to goddamn come in here and line him out. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how this is going to go. We need you to line him and then take some pictures in case things don't go too well once we, you know, get him back to conscious and everything, get him out the ring. We just want to have some evidence. For real, they was asking police in the parking lot if we need some chalk. You know, the same chalk we used to have when we was playing hopscotch back in the day and shit. You know what I'm saying? We were playing stickball, that type of chalk. That when it rain, it just don't go away with one rain. One storm. That shit stays there, dog. Dirrell said he got 10 stacks for anyone who can come up with a video. But see, people was presenting. See, listen, this is gonna teach social media a lesson. Watch what I tell you. When situations happen where people say things, right? People gonna start screen recording the fuck out of everything. Because situations like this is gonna come up where you say you're gonna give somebody $10,000 to present a video, but just so happen, you know, you're not gonna own up to it if someone does present the video to you. You know what I'm saying? Lucky for you, most of what you said is on audio. But I've heard that there's video out there of you saying that. But this is gonna teach all of us a lesson that if we really find something that might come back later on, man, people gonna screen record that shit and put it in their archives on the hard drive. Real talk. You talking about 10 stacks and you ain't gonna pay? Plank feint the right, then left to the body, back up with the left. Good night, like NyQuil, for sure. And you know, hey, somebody was sitting up here arguing the point that they both try to land the same punch at the same time. I said, bro, look at Andre Dirrell's hands, man. Look at his hands. You know, like if they were trying to land the same punch at the same time, guess what? Let's just call it for what it was, man. Plant landed the kill shot. Plant landed the kill shot, man. And look, I give Anthony Dirrell just a smidgen of credit. He made a video. He came out with a video. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a gander at the video. Let's do some good. You know what I'm saying? Let's clean it up a little bit. All right, let's clean it up a little bit. Let's take a look at his video.
Yo, I want to say congratulations to Caleb. Hell of a punch. Didn't see it coming at all, but nevertheless, congratulations. And I want to tell everybody else, if you find that video where me saying I'll never be whooped by a white boy, let me know. I give you $10,000. Because I want to know. I ain't got a racist bone in my body. So let me know if y'all find it. Tag me in it so I can give you the money. All right. Peace. But good fight, Caleb. Congratulations, champ.
See, Anthony Dirrell, now you know you done fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you done fucked up. You've placed a bounty out there, or should we say a bond. You placed a bond out there. Not only did you get stopped, now you're going to come off as being a liar. Because, look, we can kind of play a little bit into this and assume that you still just a little bit loopy. You know what I'm saying? You still got the halo, the birds flying around, the Tweety birds flying around and shit. You know, you see, and they motherfucking shit keep changing colors, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red. You know, they keep goddamn changing colors on you. I know the birds still flying around your ass, man. I get it, bro. But you sit up here and make a video and congratulate Caleb at the end, but you should have kept that $10,000 to yourself because you're not gonna own up to it. That's fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. Shout out to Q the God in the building, lost all the boxing. What's good? I'm smoking Anthony Dirrell till the sack gone. Oh shit, dog. I don't even know what that is, really. You know what I'm saying? Plant hit Dirrell so hard the ref was like 2005, 2006. For real, they got their goddamn Jack Reese, man. I don't think he counted like that. He didn't have to do the 2000. He just knew when you walk up on a fighter and they snoring, the referee is not going to count. For what? That man was in a bad place, man. He was in a bad place. Look, I'm going to tell you, The YouTube community in boxing, I give you this. The YouTube community, in my opinion, is much more hardcore than the Facebook community. The Facebook people act like they have not a clue. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They want to act like they're the police and they're the damn Red Cross, the Salvation Army, all the charity groups out there, the welfare and goodwill. You know, you don't really take boxing serious. As long as I seen your page up here, you would have a better attitude than you do. I'm just appalled. I'm appalled. You want to sit up here and make fun of Anthony Dirrell, who was just talking a little trash. No, he was talking a lot of trash now. He was talking a lot of trash. So therefore, he has to accept what we're going to come with on this motherfucking platform. He has to accept that. You call the man a bitch and say don't run and all that. You seem like you was totally angry. I mean, it just seemed like you was bitter. Like this dude, you and him had like the same girl back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Or something. And y'all felt like y'all had a damn oath that y'all would never date each other's girlfriend, no matter who it was. And you found out that Caleb had dated your girlfriend. Not only that, she was a sister. She was a sister. Dirrell, how did you take a sister from me? You're a white boy. Why? That's the real deal right there. That's the real deal. He was dating a sister. Caleb Plant scooped his chick. He scooped his chick up, man. He scooped this girl up. You can't be that mad just for free. How you gonna hate me if you don't know me? Ain't that what the shirt read with Caleb Plant? How you gonna hate me if you don't know me? Or whatever it said, how are you gonna hate me if you don't know me? How does that work? He still looks sleepy. While Plant had to hit him so hard. Someone emailed Gmail hell better than tweet Facebook cause he just made himself look bad. Plus he owes somebody a stack. He does, man. You gotta own up to that bet, man. You just got paid. You know what I'm saying? You just got paid. Regardless of you getting stopped, you got paid. He said, yeah, I'm in Facebook jail forever. I'm telling you, Facebook boxing groups are way different than the YouTube streets. Look, collectively, they're a different type of human beings in general when it comes to understanding boxing. I'm serious. A lot of them Facebook groups, they stay away from YTC. They would sit up here and watch a fight. They'll watch the press conference. They'll watch how the fight played out. And then they'll sit up here and try to advocate for a fighter that they probably wasn't cheering for to win in the first place. You're not taking boxing serious. Then they'll start calling off all the names of boxers who died. I said, this had nothing to do with that. It's not pertaining. It's not relevant because he recovered. He's conscious. So therefore, in look, in a savage way, is he good? He's good. Okay, I'm just checking before I release this StreamYard. Is he okay? Because my thumbnail is already there. Is he all right? He's good. He's up on the stool. I'm about to press send and start my live. Go live. 5, 4. He's good. You said 3, 2. Okay, I'm going live. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's the way it is. Once they give the green light, the okay, it's all fair game. Fuck it, it's all fair game. Don't come up here, trying to be all sensitive. People get hurt all the time, man. But he deserved all that. He got drilled. You know what I'm saying? I'm not entertaining that. I'm not entertaining that, bro. But what's next? What's next for Anthony Dirrell? Who don't know? Recovery, goddammit. The recovery is next. Who's next for Caleb Plant? Caleb Plant, man. I don't know if y'all think so, but let me ask you this. Do you think you want to see him step back in there with Canelo Alvarez, or should he step in there with David Benavidez next? I know David Benavidez supposedly, okay? We need to clear this up. Supposedly, we're talking about the last time I seen Jose Uzcategui, my boy Lionel Thompson was putting those damn paws on him. Seriously, down here in the A. He was putting the paws on him. Lionel Thompson was putting the motherfucking paws on Uzcategui. Putting the paws on him. He takes several easy fights, and now they're talking about putting him in there with David Benavidez to get stopped. They're gonna do the man like that. They're gonna put him in there with David Benavidez. Like, that fight right there is so irrelevant. That shit is so irrelevant, bro. It's like cooking white rice when the main dish is spaghetti and meatballs. It's so irrelevant, dog. It's so irrelevant. I don't know. But for me, Caleb Plant, if he's willing to wait and see what happens with the David Benavidez, the only fight I want to see him in next is the Mexican Monster. You know why? Because we can't seem to get Mar Charlo to step up there and fight him. We can't get him to step in there and fight him. We know he's actually ready. I mean, his last fight was freaking postponed, so he should be well rested to go and move up and really get it popping. But if it's Caleb Plant, he did what he had to do to get another shot at Canelo Alvarez. Is he truly ready for Canelo, though? Like, you can't really... Look, Canelo say he ain't fighting. Look, y'all know well as I do, he said that. Canelo say he has a nursing injury. He's going to be out for damn near a year. He's not fighting to probably the back end of the calendar year in 2023. So by that time, it's kind of normal now for fighters to take damn near a year off and fight once or twice a year. So for Caleb Plant, he got paid well for the Canelo fight, and he got paid pretty decent for this fight. So we might not see him back in the square to the end of next year. Seriously. In the meantime, David Benavidez, they talking about him fighting Jose Uzcategui. You know what I'm saying? That's what I try to tell people when they call these fighters bums. Well, guess what? It's not like you have a ranking system 1 through 15 and it's 15 feet deep. Nah. You can have 1 through 15 and it can only be like 3 feet deep, 4 feet deep. It doesn't mean the scale doesn't weigh or measure the same just based off the ranking system and the numeric metric that's in front of you. 1 through 15, no. This is a perfect example right here in the super middleweight division. They're pretty much calling for Jose to fight Benavidez for what? For what? I would rather see Benavidez fight freaking Andrade. Why he ain't calling out freaking Benavidez though? You want to fight Caleb Plant? Why not fight Benavidez? Caleb Plant has a 1 loss already. Benavidez is undefeated. You see what I'm saying? The waters ain't as deep as you think in this boxing game. So when you hear these people call fighters bums, the format of boxing provide them the luxury to say that, because the format allow people to just pick up license without any experience. So don't sit up here and act like you shocked when a fighter's record is padded. You know what I'm saying? And then they get to a certain point and they might take a loss, or they might not look as good as you thought they would. That's across the layer of the land in boxing, bro. That's across the layer of the land in boxing. People didn't get Caleb Plant credit for Jose Uzcategui. They didn't really give him credit, even though he went in there and did what he's supposed to do, and people thought he was going to lose that fight. But he shut that shit down. You know what I'm saying? He shut it down. But the reality of it, you have fighters coming out of the woodwork like Demetrius Andrade. It should be calling out Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? And then you have fighters like Canelo who can pretty much be selective and pick Grandpa Gennady in a snoozer, and then say, you know what, I'm just gonna take a year off. So the super middleweight division is on hold for the super titles for damn near a year. You know what I'm saying? For damn near a year. You can't be totally mad at Canelo because he swept the division. He scooped up all the belts. He scooped up the belts, and then he defended them finally against Grandpa Gennady. He defended them. So you can't be too mad at him for taking a year off. But when you're at the top, people want to see you in the ring. So just because he lost to Bivol, people are going to say what they say, but that was at light heavyweight. But when it comes down to super middleweight division, he defended his titles, y'all. So you can't be mad at him. He defended his titles, dog. So let me check something out right quick. Let me check something out. Okay. You pushing it, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too petty on people not keeping it on the sport, but when you talk about that transition shit, it's not doing anything conducive to the live chat, brother. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you are. This is not the nursery over here. There's grown people over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind people having fun, but you're acting like, you behind that corner and you're trying to make sure your parents ain't coming in the room and see what you're doing. So you're just gonna go ahead and try to troll. You know what I'm saying? Come on, keep it on boxing, man. Tony say, robbed of what? A pillow and a blanket? See, I'm telling you, man. People come over here talk about Dirrell got robbed. No, he didn't get robbed of shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get robbed of shit. He gave up that jawline. He gave that up. He gave it up, shawty. He didn't get robbed of nothing. That wasn't a stick up. He gave it up. He gave it up. You know what I'm saying? He gave that shit. He gave up that shit so much, he had to understand that he was in line to step in there and face Canelo Alvarez, bro. That was your big shot, bro. That was your big shot. The build up and everything, I liked it. You know what I'm saying? The intensity, the energy, I liked it. But when you came out your mouth with the white boy shit, right? You have to understand, you have to stick to it. You have to own it. You have to do everything possible to make that shit come to reality. You're not losing. And you went in there and not only lost, but you didn't end the fight on your feet. You was on your back, dog. You was on your back, unconscious. And people shouldn't, get all hyped up over I'm just driving it home too much and I'm making light of a serious situation. So basically when fighters knock other fighters out and we celebrate a fighter getting knocked out cold, what's the difference? It ain't no motherfucking difference. Dirrell don't get a pass, especially when you was talking shit, just like I'm telling y'all. Just like I'm telling you. This sport is the hurt business. If you choose to talk shit like Chris Colbert, to take over the press conference, and you try to goddamn just rah, and you let Hector Garcia go in there and put them paws on you, and you get dropped, and then you tell the people, I could have did more, but I ain't want to get knocked out, man. I was fighting smart. I just wasn't myself that night. I wanted to be myself. I couldn't be myself because Garcia had different plans for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll say, hey, Garcia, let me be myself, man. Goddamn, you keep on changing shit up, man. Goddamn, let me box your ass, man. Garcia's like, no say, amigo. No say. Me, my night. Me and my night, not your night, okay? At the end is amigo. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't having that shit with goddamn Chris Colbert. He wasn't having none of that shit, bro. When you talk that shit, you got to back it up. And it's very, very difficult to back that shit up all the time. It's very, very difficult to back it up. And we done seen time and time again on how fighters go in there and just fall on their face. Bernard Hopkins, he went out bad. Real bad. it goes without saying, man. There's been too many fighters that talk shit, and I wouldn't say Tony Harrison. I don't know, man. Tony had already took the belt. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let Tony be, because I want him to have the highest point. You know, coming off his victory. You know what I'm saying? His momentous victory with Alicia Baumgartner. You know what I'm saying? Tony says some profound. He said, you don't have to be 80 years old or something to be a legend, a trainer or something like that. I forgot the second half, but he was right. You know what I'm saying? You saw a little bit of him in her. But hey, man. Hey, it's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But, you know, I do want to get your thoughts, though. You know what I'm saying? I do want to get some of y'all thoughts on this situation with Anthony Dirrell, man. Should he just retire? I think Dirrell should retire, bro. Real talk. I think this should be his going away fight, and I think he should retire unless he want to end on a green note. You know what I'm saying? He want to end on that green note, fight a soft touch, and be satisfied. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, he got his ego is not gonna allow him to let this be his last fight, y'all. I'm telling you, mark my word. Mark my word, man. He's not gonna let this be his last fight, yo. He can't end on a damn bad note. Like his brother even his last time he fought was July last year. You know, Andre Dirrell, 28-3, 18 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? He even has 2 wins, so we don't know if he's gonna fight next or whatever. But for his bro right now was stopped in the 9th round by a fighter in Caleb Plant, which is 21-1. I don't think he's gonna allow that fight to be his last fight. Real talk. I don't think so, y'all. What y'all think? I don't think so. Make him a gatekeeper. See, we still trying to figure out what a gatekeeper consists of, though. We don't know what a gatekeeper consists of. Because, look, okay, I'm going to say some shit that's probably going to puzzle some people. But what does it consist of? What is the criteria for a gatekeeper? Would Danny Garcia be considered a gatekeeper at 47? When he was taking losses, but still they kept him up there, top 2 in the rankings, so they can put him in with another fighter that was up there? Is he considered a gatekeeper? You know what I'm saying? He's lost to all the big names. Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Errol Spence. Is Danny Garcia considered a gatekeeper when he was down here? What is the criteria, bro? I'm going to be honest. What is the criteria? Because, you know, his losses haven't been close together, so to speak. And if you want to look at it, a loss to Badu Jack and David Benavidez before heading here with Caleb Plant, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if he's considered a gatekeeper just yet. And I don't know if he has. Now I'm going to tell you something I did know before. This is no cap, man. I wish I could have the OG on, man. I need to call him up and see if he can jump on. I'm gonna try to get one of my peeps, one of my connects, to come on here again. The last time he was on here, that's when me and that guy BBS, Cheyenne, had a falling out because he was trying to explain that the fight wasn't lucrative enough, and he was right. The fight hadn't been made, and he was trying to explain the money ain't there for this fight for that particular reason. He was trying to explain this shit. But my fault, it was my fault that I had people on the panel that I didn't stop them from talking. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about. I should have put that motherfucker in the background and kept him in the background. You know? But I think I'm gonna have him back on because he don't come on panels like that. No, that's not what he do. But he's well connected. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to get him on here because you know everything that's going on over there at PBC. Real talk. He know a lot. He can talk to people directly. Seriously, real talk. He can talk to them directly. Man, shout out to the boxing section, TBS. Cal on deck. Salute to my dogs. What's good with it, Cal? How you feeling, bro? I'm going to jump to that once this food done. Give me a few. Yeah, I'm just curious to know what y'all think about the, Dirrell situation. Should he retire? The man has 25 knockouts. He was doing his thing for a minute. You know what I'm saying? 2 fights in 2019, 2 fights in 2021, and then only 1 fight in 2022 ending in a knockout. What's next? What's next for Anthony Dirrell? Who knows? Who knows? But let me move on to another subject, man. Let me take this thumbnail down for now. Let me move to another topic. I still have to give mad love to Carissa Shields, man, the GWOAT. You know, it would be unacceptable not to recognize three-time undisputed. I'm still up here putting a thumbnail up for Crawford for 2-time undisputed in 2022. And it seems like I'm going to have to change that thumbnail, you know what I'm saying, to 2023. The thumbnail's still good because I ain't put a year on it. But for Carissa Shields, man, I just want to tell you, you did your goddamn thing, man. You know, 2-time gold standard. And then, you know, when she coined the phrase GWOAT, people's like, nah, that ain't the case. I mean, she's 3-time undisputed, man. You got to give her flowers, the bouquet, the whole motherfucking truck. You got to, you know, pay homage to what she's been able to accomplish. 3-time undisputed? I mean, she's a first ballot Hall of Famer today. She stopped boxing and she go into retirement for a little bit. She'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going down, whether you like it or not. And for Devin Haney, you know, shout out to Devin Haney, man. People saying what they saying about Haney. I don't know what they have to say. It's not for me to understand. But he clearly went in there and had a physical fight with George Kambosos in the rematch. He absolutely did. So I got to give him his salute, man. He did his thing. What's going on, Blunts?
What's good? What's up with everybody in the chat? How y'all feeling?
We good, man. How you feeling today? How the family, man?
All is well. In the back getting ready to eat right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm tuned in, listening to these gems you in here dropping. I think Dirrell either need to be the gatekeeper, man. 34. We got 34 fights. 34 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws. So, I don't know, man. Probably stick around for a little bit longer. Test some of these other guys that's trying to move up and face champions and all that. You know?
So what do you think about Demetrius Andrade won Caleb Plant? What about him facing Anthony Dirrell? Which one would you want to see? Because Demetrius Andrade, his bragging rights is he still has an O on his record.
Nah, yeah, I think he should go ahead and fight Dirrell. Let Dirrell get another nice little decent check. Dirrell know he might take that L. And then we could, you know, put him in them conversations, but I'm surprised, man, I'm just still so surprised that Benavidez, I feel like that's going backwards, man. I don't know that who's Kentucky, man. I don't know how I feel about that, man.
I don't feel no type of way, man. Like that makes no sense to me. That makes no sense, especially after seeing him get worked over by Lionel Thompson, a fighter who gets overlooked. Man, I seen him in 2 different look. I seen this man in 2 different occasions really put that work in. Man, he's a damn good fighter, but it's other shit going on with him. But I seen him put hands on Uzkostegi or whatever when he was down here, and I was like, God damn, he's working him over. All right, and now he's about to step in there with Benavidez. I don't get that, bro. What's going on, Boxing Nerd?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm chilling, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. That was the best boxing weekend we've ever had, honestly, in my opinion.
Ever had in 2022 a period?
Ah, maybe the last 5 years, honestly. Yo. Have you seen like 3 different boxing cards happening in one night?
Well, I'm used to
Oh,
looking at bare knuckle in the UFC, Bellator,
oh,
and boxing.
oh,
But as far as boxing cards, that shit was lit, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
mm-hmm,
Like, man, the day was congested with boxing, man. That shit was crazy.
mm-hmm. Yeah, just gave us a break from the constant Spence Crawford fight talk, so it was good. Breath of
You
fresh
ain't
air,
never lied on that, man. You ain't never lied.
Yeah.
What was your best fight out of the weekend, though? Who you think get the knockout of the weekend?
Oh, Caleb, man. Just because we expected Wilder to knock him out. Robert Haney says. So Caleb definitely takes the cake. But what I was saying in the comments though is Brandon Adams is his
Yeah.
new coach, and then what he was saying in the post press conference was he noticed he had he had power behind his shots. He was explosive, but he never usually sits on it. And I've been saying that from before the Canelo fight. If he sits on his punches, he can hurt you, and it's evident in his earlier fights. But everybody called me crazy and all that stuff. But I was like, all right, I know what I'm seeing, man. That guy got popped on his shots. And he really could have bullied Canelo if he didn't go on the back foot all night and actually sat on one of his shots and contorted his body into the shot. But hey, I guess I'm crazy, but
I mean, you're not exactly crazy. Cause I'll tell you why. Because I'm looking at the level for which Caleb has fought on. I sat there and watched him fight. I drove up to Tennessee and watched him fight Vincent Boots, right? So I'm watching him fight, and I'm saying to myself, you know, in certain exchanges, it seemed like he was hurting Boots, but it didn't seem like he really committed to sitting down and staying there to take what was coming back. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he had the power to get him up out of there, you know, a little bit better. But I don't know. Brandon Adams might have just gave him a little bit more confidence, man, on how to, I don't know, set the knockout up. He
yeah,
did
no,
stab him to the body.
because Brandon was telling him, because he was stopping sparring partners into the camp, so he's just like, I want you to show the world what I've been seeing in camp, and that's what he did.
I wonder who he stopped. That's what I'm curious about. I wonder if
Because
any notable names.
I think he was sparring Kalante Davis, I think, and Carlos Adames or something like that. Those are the sparring partners we know of. And apparently Carlos, the guy that fought Montiel recently, he hurt him in sparring.
Caleb hurt Adonis.
No way. So they lied about that. Then.
No. I'm just saying. So they saying Caleb was hurting sparring partners. One of his sparring partners was Adonis.
Yeah, the one that fought Montiel recently.
Yeah, Caleb hurt him.
No, he hurt Caleb. That's what the word was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's what Dirrell was talking about.
Yeah, Dirrell was like, and I heard you got hurt in camp by a 160 pounder. He was talking cash shit, though. He deserved to get knocked out, man.
Oh, for real? He said that? I must have missed that. So Anthony Dirrell said, I heard you got hurt by 160 pounds.
Said that in a press conference, yeah, right when they was walking away from each other. He's like, and you got hurt in camp by a 160 pounder.
I mean, I would get hurt by him too. What the heck? That guy punches hard.
Yeah, man. God damn.
Yeah, Caleb just stood there. He's just like, he got me.
Damn. Wow.
I
think, to be honest with you, I think with Caleb Plant, even though he got stopped with Canelo, it just seems like he matured from that fight a little bit. It just to me, it just seems like he matured, man.
Yeah, because he was doing a lot of the same stuff he usually does, but he was just in the pocket more. He was going to the body a whole lot more than I'm used to see him go to the body. Like, he always had the footwork, he always had the angles, he always had the amazing jab, the amazing boxing IQ and all that stuff. That was all good, but like, he's starting to sit in the pocket a little bit more and sit down on the shots. Is what I've been wanting to see him do, and the way he put him out.
I guess when you get older, you have no choice but to sit because them legs, them wheels, they're not the same. Just like Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara at 60 now, He's standing in the pocket and banging more than what we know him
Yeah,
to
that
be.
guy got popped too. Yeah, he's a scary man.
What you think, Blunts?
Yeah.
About what?
Caleb Plant sitting on his punches, getting that new word from Brandon Adams. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who stepped in there with Charlo. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. You know, sometimes people are better trainers than they are fighters. You never know.
I mean, it you know, it's looking good. It looked good on Dirrell, but you know, we don't know where Dirrell really at with himself. I mean, we got to see Caleb against, like we said earlier, against somebody like Benavidez. Somebody maybe Canelo again. I don't know why people really tripping. People talking about seeing the second fight between them, but if Caleb trying to move up and get a belt again, he's gonna have to possibly fight Canelo again. So I don't know why people are tripping on talks of Canelo and Caleb too. But you see, Edgar Berlanga, he ranked 4 in the IBF. I don't know why don't give somebody like Uzkateki to Berlanga.
Edgar Berlanga.
You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you
He's
why.
horrible.
They might
horrible.
not be confident.
Yeah.
They might not have confidence in Berlanga, dog.
He's
talk.
horrible. I have zero confidence in Berlanga.
And why not?
Damn.
Why not Benavidez versus David Morrell?
Oh, they're saying it's
What?
too early for David, but I disagree.
Come on, man.
Hey, he
Come
was
on, man.
stop Morrell, Blunts. He was stop Morrell.
I don't know about all that.
He was stop him. I feel he. Man, did you see Morrell's last fight? Come on. You was impressed
he
with that
looked
shit, dog?
tired in the 4th round or 3rd round or whatever. He was tired.
Man, he was stop Morrell, man. I like Morrell too, man. But he still needs some more bigger names, bros.
He needs to work on that cardio.
Yeah, work on his cardio, man. He was trying to put out a volume of punches and look active and look entertaining, but nah.
I mean,
Right?
we got Berlanga ranked 5th in the WBO over Caleb Plant, who's 8th. I'm sure Caleb will move up a little bit, but Andre at number 2 in the WBO. I mean, I rather like I said, I don't want to see this Benavidez and Uzkateki shit, man. I can't get off of that, man. Caleb did great and all that, yeah, but if I'm a fan of any boxer, it's El Bandera Roja, dog. I ain't gonna lie, dog. It's El Bandera Roja. It's something about that red flag, dog. It's something about that red flag. I'm gonna always stick with that red flag, dog.
Okay.
And he look. I got monster tattooed on the left side of my man. He's a monster, dog.
You need to learn some head movement.
Heavy.
You need to learn some head movement. That's all he needs to learn. He goes up to 175. He's getting clocked out cold.
Damn.
I believe it. It's a possibility.
I don't think he gets stopped at 168.
But he ain't going out cold by nobody without putting some pressure on their ass. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. I'm not saying he's just gonna one punch in the first round. No, he'll probably come in the 6th or 5th later on in the fight, more than likely.
I see an 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? He just too much of a dog for that. He nothing like his brother. But at the same time, they dad, he coming off a couple losses over there on that side. Fucking Valenzuela, Jose Benavidez, both of them lost their fights. They were the only one with real hope out of that camp over there.
Well, that wasn't Benavidez's first loss, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll give him a pass, but they had big hopes, high dreams for Venezuela now.
That was horrible by his management. That was a horrible picking by his management.
Oh,
You're
so
gonna
you
pick
think
a guy
he wasn't
that's
ready for that fight?
13-1 or 14-1 with 13 knockouts? Are you crazy? For a 1 day? Come on, man. You guys got to do better than that.
Somewhat like Andy Ruiz going there with Anthony Joshua, but
come on, man.
They dropped the ball on that shit.
That's silly management, man. You need a full camp for those guys.
Yeah,
I was shocked. I ain't gonna lie. I was shocked at what I was watching.
I was actually gonna put a bet on it. I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, they're really doing that on 24 hours notice? Are you crazy?
But sometimes if you the elite fighter, if you on that high level, you can take out a guy that's 13-1 with that many.
Yeah,
knockouts.
he only had 1 loss and he had 13 or 10 whatever KOs. Only one of his fights went the distance.
But check this out, Boxing Nerd. What about Keyshawn Davis? His last fight was 25-5.
Yo, I'm high on
had
Keyshawn,
18
man.
knockouts, dog.
I'm high on Keyshawn, man. He's nice.
He
He's nice,
stopped
man.
him. I'm
Yeah,
telling
he's
you,
nice.
Valenzuela should have did what Keyshawn did. Man, they put that
Exactly.
man in there with 30 professional plus fights. Come on, bro.
Nah, I'm biased on Keyshawn, man. He's nice. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah,
that
man.
now, bro. He's nice, bro.
Yeah.
How do you think Frank Martin versus Keyshawn goes later on in their careers? How do you
It's
think that
according to
goes?
how far up the road you're talking. Because I think right now
Do you
Keyshawn
think
give
he
him a
can mess
less.
with him right now, eh?
Keyshawn can mess with Frank Martin. Hell yeah.
How do you
Hell
think that
yeah.
fight goes, though, in your opinion?
I think it'll be trouble for Frank Martin. Real talk. It'll be trouble, bro. I seen Jackson Mariñez fight Rolly. He did a damn good job because Rolly's inexperienced. You know, he's still in development and shit. He got gifted. And then I see Jackson Mariñez go in there and fight another boxer, and Richard Comey gets stopped early.
Oh,
You feel
really
me?
early? What, third round, second round?
Yeah, real early.
Jeez, that was bad.
So when I was expecting for Frank Martin, if he wanna put himself into this group of names that's been in there with Jackson Mariñez, he go in there and perform well. He damn near went the distance.
And it was short notice, wasn't it?
It don't matter, man. Like if you him, you him.
No, that it
Come
makes
on,
it
it
look
gotta
worse
matter a
because
little bit, OG. You know what I'm saying?
no, it makes it look worse because it was short notice as well.
That short notice shit is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like any last minute flip. You know what I'm saying? You gotta adjust. Not only do you gotta adjust to the last minute swap, but you gotta adjust to way more than that once you get inside the ring. You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta look at it like this. If it's last minute for Jackson Mariñez, how could he train for freaking Frank Martin? How?
That's true.
How can he train for Frank Martin? Why did he do so well in there against Frank Martin?
That's true.
Well, I mean, so when you are a replacement, like when you're a replacement fighter, you could be stepping in for either
I'm
either
gonna tell
side.
you I'm gonna tell you how the phone call goes. They call you up and they might say, okay, they're gonna put you on standby. Are you in shape? You on weight? I mean, I'm just letting you know you're gonna be on standby. You don't know what's going on just yet, but it's just word from the opponent that's supposed to step in the ring. It's something going on there. So they just put a fighter on standby so the fight won't drop out.
For either fighter, though, for either Frank or
No. From let's just say Frank Martin was the A side and his opponent, that he was supposed to fight before was the B side.
okay,
It was shit that they knew ahead of time to have a backup. Because look at it, Jackson Mariñez still has to make weight. So they probably called him up to say, "Hey, what you looking like right now? You been in the gym? You been doing this and that? You know, you close to weight. We might have you as a backup." So when the opponent fell out, he stepped in. Man, he's a last minute replacement. He didn't have an opportunity to train for Frank Martin. Just like Frank Martin didn't have opportunity to really train for Jackson Mariñez at all.
yeah. I mean, I think maybe Frank just had, it took him a little bit longer to adjust than most people would expect. It if he still knocked Mariñez down in rounds 9 and 10 and shit, he probably just, I think people probably would have expected him to adjust to Mariñez quicker and knock him out quicker. But
I mean, you talking about the knockdowns seemed like it was more fatigue bringing on those knockdowns than
on
him
Mariñez's part.
Yeah, fatigue on Mariñez's part. Yeah.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Derek James had some good advice for Frank when them later rounds started to come in. So I mean, Frank listened, just like all them niggas do when it come to Derek James. They listen to him, and they turn around and they do what they supposed to do.
I disagree, Blunts. I disagree because Charlo wouldn't listen to him when he was fighting Trout. When Jamel Charlo was fighting Trout, they wouldn't listen to a motherfucking thing Derek James was saying.
Oh,
and
well,
then when Errol Spence was fighting freaking Yordenis Ugas, he wasn't paying attention to everything that Derek James was saying. And Sean, let me see, and Sean Porter fight.
Okay, I think with you saying that, you know what I'm saying, we talking about Jamel and Errol, who are already at an elite status and established status in their careers, and probably got a better rapport and understanding with Derek James and Frank Martin. Frank Martin's trying to get to a certain point, so he's probably going to listen like he's supposed to, whereas you got these dudes who feel like they already proved stuff, they already established, they champions, they got belts, they finna do their own thing for a little bit and see how it go for a few rounds, and if it really ain't working, then they probably gonna start listening. But we all know that Charlo is hard-headed as fuck, especially Jamel, and I feel like Errol probably, like I said, want to prove something or, do things their way for a little bit, see how it go. And then, if they need, when they feel like they need Derrick James and want to listen to his advice, they will. But it's Frank, he's more like a pupil, a student, and trying to get somewhere. So he's gonna take heed and listen. You know what I'm saying? Probably a little bit sooner.
I see, like a,
you know what I'm saying?
like he a newbie. You know what I'm saying? He's fresh in the shoot. He's trying to pay attention.
You know what I'm saying? Don't want to let Errol down. This, man down promotion and shit. It's I feel like it's got to be a little bit of a different dynamic. But, at the end of the day, these niggas, when they listen to Derrick James, they get the outcome that they looking for, So to still put them down at 9 and 10, I think that's a good look. Rolly didn't put Marinez down if I'm not mistaken, right? So
no, he didn't put him down, but also when you talk about Frank Martin's skill set comparable to Rolly, I mean, come
styles
on.
make fights,
Shit. That shit was crazy.
It's a lot of competition at 35, man, and Keyshawn got he's great. I'm gonna stand on that. He's great. Like I said, I watched Jim's breakdown, and he was on some masterful shit in there, like really controlling.
Yeah,
dude.
I see.
Really
Jim's
controlling,
breakdown.
dude. Yeah, you saw it. Like he had, like the way Jim's broke it down. You know what I'm saying? It was like, damn, like Keyshawn was picking dude apart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his ring generalship was on 10.
Once that shit go up, once the comp go up, we gotta see, man. We just gotta see.
How is he already able to contend for a title right now? He's that good. He really is that good, man.
He was 5-0 in there with the dude 30 plus professional fights, right? 5-0 in that motherfucker, dog. 5-0. 5-0, man.
To keep it fair though, to keep it unbiased, the guy really didn't beat nobody. He was like in the Mexican.
That's what I be. I'm the type of nigga that be saying.
I'm
Look,
gonna
OG
keep it
gonna
real.
always
I'm gonna
keep.
keep it
Hey,
OG gonna hit you with the
Canelo
steel.
was too. Canelo was too.
That's true.
There's plenty of people. Devin Haney was too.
It's
They
all
was
of
over.
them.
They was all in the Mexican.
Devin Haney only did it
all
because he
of
wasn't old enough to go pro.
It don't matter. He was over there in Mexico though. You know what I'm saying? He was over there. It's a format in boxing, bro.
Right, but like Coach said, we gotta have. Hey, look, so it's good to have a criteria. You know what I'm saying? And the level of competition that you fight is one of the things that's a part of that criteria. So I mean, as of right now, Keyshawn with 6 fights, just 6, is looking good. But I'm curious to see what. I'm just curious to see what happened.
So I want to see him against like a top 10 at 135.
Baranchik, you know what I'm saying? That'll be decent.
Doesn't Baranchik fight at 140?
Yeah, Baranchik fight at 140 now.
He moved up.
You remember when he got stopped by Montana Love, man?
That was oof.
Oh,
man. When he got stopped by Jose Zepeda,
Montana
was bad.
Love's head off.
Shit, give Keyshawn Jojo Diaz, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
a great test.
Yeah, that's
JoJo's never been
JoJo.
stopped. That's a great
he
test.
Never been stopped. And he tough.
Hella tough.
JoJo's tough.
Nakatani.
Oh, Nakatani's. Ooh, that's a big test.
Yeah, that's a big test. He go Nakatani. If Nakatani, look, I'm still puzzled as to how Nakatani was stopped by Lomachenko, but I'm guessing it was all the damage. Yeah, he was in there with Philly Fidejo, and he went life and limb. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez. That shit, I don't know how he got
close.
stopped. Yeah,
Them angles, man.
that'd be tough. Masayoshi Nakatani, that'd be tough, man.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be tough right there, real tough.
No, but what I was saying, my Wi-Fi got cut off. My boy's coming back. Sharon Ennis is coming back before the end of the year, I hope.
Where on what card though? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Probably like a regular Showtime, no pay-per-view. I don't think.
So if it's, let's see. I see. All right, so then
I hope it's Stanionis.
Fight probably happens in November, if it is a fight, and then he got 6 months till May, and he'll be on the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford card.
I don't even think he needs 6 months. He probably needs 2.
But you know what I'm saying, just based off the pattern that fighters go off of, 6 months, you know what I mean, in between. So I honestly see it's a perfect window. He fight in November or even early December. He can make, a May Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight.
Why do you say it's gonna be Mando?
I've been going off PBC's YouTube channel and how they got Spence versus Ugas premiered. They've had it up since right after Spence beat Ugas. They had the fight on YouTube set to premiere in April of 2023, and they only come out with the fighters' most recent fights either the week of or around the time that they getting ready to have their next fight. For example, Canelo and Golovkin 3, the day of, they released Golovkin 2 on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And so many other fights, right before these guys getting ready to have their bouts, they come out with the most recent fights. PBC will do a premiere stream where they show all, multiple fights from each fighter on the card to get people locked in and tuned in for the upcoming fight. So it's been like that. I think that's been a dead giveaway that a lot of people overlooking when they thinking about dates and all kind of shit. I feel like that's PBC low-key telling people expected around this time, you know what I'm saying, April and May. So that's what I see. I don't see this February shit happening. I don't see this January shit happening. You know what I mean? I take it as information to keep people, eating on something until they get nearer and nearer to that date. They can come up with a new story.
Who you talking about? Crawford and Spence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Late April, early May.
I stepped away. Who's your run in supposed to step in there with again?
He hasn't given an opponent yet, but I'm hoping it's gonna be Stanionis.
I'm thinking Cody Crowley, if anybody, man.
Nah, he said top 5. He said one top 5 in any section of body. Cody Crowley doesn't make any sense.
Cody Crowley's top 5 in the WBO.
No way.
Cody Crowley is top 5, and also you're thinking that Stanionis, who took 2 crucial losses, man. He lost to Cepeda and he lost to Montana Love.
Stanionis? We talking about it?
I mean, I take that back. I was cross-threading my thoughts.
No worries.
I was cross-threading my thoughts.
No, it's all good.
No, Stanionis, yeah, it might be Stanionis, but I thought he was gonna face what's his name. I thought Stanionis, they paid him step-aside money, and he was gonna be next in line to potentially fight.
He should be
Virgil Ortiz or
Virgil Ortiz is
Errol
trying to take
Spence.
Virgil Ortiz is trying to take on the court to get that fight.
Well, that's what I've been hearing, that he'll probably fight Virgil Ortiz.
I think I heard Cody Crowley specifically from YSM's camp. You know what I'm saying? So YSM, he over there in Philly. You know what I mean? He be at the gym with Bozy all the time. So I heard Cody Crowley, and it makes sense. Cody Crowley 21-0, top 5 in the WBO. I mean, and Cody Crowley goes the distance.
Yeah, he beat Sandor Martin too.
Most of his fights go the distance, and you notice nobody except Sergey Lipinets is giving Boots a lot of rounds. So this is gonna be a test for Boots on a guy who can go rounds, is undefeated, and is ranked top 5. It makes perfect sense.
Southpaw as well. He's southpaw, and he has great pressure.
Yeah, it'll be a great fight. That's what I think. But I honestly, I got Boots knocking him the fuck out, but stopping him. But yeah.
He's on a Canadian tour, bro. He's Canadian too. Oh my God, that's the second Canadian he's just gonna wipe out. That's not cool.
Look, I don't mind what Boots has going on right now, because for a minute they had him in the I forgot what they had him on hold because he couldn't do anything because of his situation.
Yeah, his contract with 2 different promotions and stuff.
Yeah. Victory Boxing Promotion and Chris Menendorf. So
yeah, he was using some legal trouble.
Yeah, since he broke away from that, I don't care who he really fight, because we already know he the good. So it's only a matter of time, man.
Yeah,
it's only a matter of time before he get his big name. This freaking if it's Cody Crowley or whoever.
You guys know
what it is, man.
You guys know he's not gonna get no credit for Cody Crowley, right?
No, he
It's
ain't
all
gonna
right.
get no
You know what I
credit.
mean? It's just another name, just to buy him a little time and get him where he need. I'm telling you that the fight people going to want to see or care about is they got to put him on the Errol Spence. He got to be the co-main on that card, and he need a decent name. Could be Ugas, could be goddamn,
I think it will be Ugas.
That
That's
would be
perfect.
that would be Spence's way. You know what I'm saying? Give
I
well,
don't
easy
know,
to make
man.
as they on the same side of the street, but.
I
How
don't
do you
know,
think a
man.
fight between Boots and either the top two go? That welterweight, Spence and Crawford.
Hey, look, I'm gonna repeat what I've heard everywhere else, and it's that Boots beats both of them, but it ain't gonna be,
Wow.
but it ain't gonna be easy at all. It's not gonna be what Custio Clayton was, and none of that.
And
No,
I'm gonna wait till you come down from that high too.
Hey, you see how I said I'm gonna repeat what I heard everywhere else. This ain't. Hey,
I
this
heard
ain't.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Look. As much as I say about Errol Spence, man, Errol Spence would be a tough fight for Boots, man.
Hell yeah.
Terrence Crawford, tough fight for Boots.
Tough.
Period. It'll be a tough fight either way. Which one he picks, that's a tough fight, man. Look, he went 6 rounds, right, with Sergey Lipinets, right? He went like 6 rounds,
It was
then.
like 8. Thought it was 8 rounds.
Let me check it.
No, it was 6 rounds.
So if he went 6 rounds with Sergey Lipinets, man, come on. We already know a true 47. Sergey was moving up from 40. Mikey Garcia took his title. But man, we're talking about a tough fight for Boots with either one of those names, man.
You know what the difference is when it comes to Crawford and Boots. I feel like Boots is more technically sound, and defensively, probably you can give the edge to Crawford. But I feel like the difference is like the boxing IQ.
What
when it
do you
comes
mean
to
by
Boots
that?
and Crawford,
You talking about Terrence having a higher boxing IQ?
without a doubt,
Oh, okay.
without a doubt, because like Boots switches just to get the advantage to give him another look. Terrence switches.
Crawford do the same thing.
No,
almost.
but like Crawford switches when he sees something.
Yeah.
He doesn't switch like just like that, just to give him a
Bomac
different
be
look.
like, if he'll do it if he feels it. When he feels like, is there? Because I heard before, is there any instruction for you guys to tell Terrence Crawford to switch? No, when he feels it, he'll do it. When he see it, he'll go for it. So I mean, that's crazy.
But I think doesn't Boots switch back and forth periodically through the fight?
Yeah, he just
sometimes?
does it whenever.
Crawford doesn't do that too often
There's a method to why Crawford does it.
Yeah, I
There's
think
a
Boots just be trying to, slap your ass with both hands and show you it don't
That's
matter
what I'm
what I
thinking
do, I'm
too,
gonna
eh?
slap the shit out of you. So, it is what it is.
Pop said Boots first Blair the Flair Cobbs. I
Stop that,
I think
please.
he gets
Come on, man,
stopped.
Pop.
I think he gets stopped. For real.
Second
I think
round
he
is
gets
You see
stopped.
how he put LOL at the end. He know that shit funny. Man, Cobb, come on, dog. Cobb
The fact that Cobbs was calling him out, and I seen Cobbs the way he fights, I was just like, please, that's murder.
He gotta want to payday. That's
It
it.
is. I
You
mean, why
want
not give
paid.
it? Why not, man? Like he
No,
looked decent. He looked
Cobbs
decent against
versus Adrian Broner or Rolly. That's the fight to me.
what?
Yeah. Do you know how entertaining that would be?
Adrian Broner, bro. Don't let me bring out the choir and sing that same song. He don't let his hands go, bro.
Oh man.
Come on, look what he did against Santiago, bro. Like, come on, man. Alfredo, what was his name? Not Alfredo. What was Santiago from Puerto Rico, whatever? I forgot. But Adrian Broner went in there and went the distance, and then Antoine Russell went in there and stopped him.
Like the 5th or 6th round or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I still like AB though.
No, I just said AB for the pure entertainment in the press conference between them two. That would just be funny.
You said AB or Rolly?
Yeah, that would be entertaining for Blair. That would be funny. I don't really care about the fight.
Blair's at 47. Rolly's,
Rolly wants to fight Errol Spence.
Man, he's just talking, man. Come on, man. We seen how Danny Garcia looked, man. Rolly, man, please.
Rolly would get stopped really badly.
He will. He would get fucked up. Seriously. Rolly would get fucked up.
Here's the thing with Spence. He ruins careers. The only career that I've seen being okay is like Danny. But that's like barely.
Look, he ruins your face. He ruins your face. That shit is crazy to me. Like consistently breaking faces. I think that's just the most craziest shit to me. You know what I mean?
Who face he broke besides Ugas again?
I'm just saying, like,
Come on, talk to me, Blunts. Talk to me, dog. Who face did he break besides Ugas? He didn't break Danny
All right,
Garcia's.
he broke. Look, but did you see Danny face after though?
Yeah,
That
it
shit was
fucked up.
bad.
You know why? Because that's his boy, and he came back to move around, and he wasn't going in there to win. That's his boy. They were sitting next to each other for the Rolly Tank fight. They were sitting next to each other, bro. They cool with each other.
But it's like that. But I'm just saying, man. Because like I said,
So you give him credit for Kell Brook? Do you give him credit for Kell Brook, who was coming off an L for getting his face broke?
Listen, man. Look, man. That's all I'm saying. Because OG, I had to go back and read. I had to go back and learn my history. I'm just saying,
shit, man.
I'm about to. But I'm saying I had to go back and learn my hit. I had to go back and watch all these things. Y'all saw it at the time it was happening. You know what I'm saying? So when I go back and watch, and I see Chris when he fought Chris Van Heerden, and that motherfucker eye by the third round was puffing up and red. Then I see he fight Kell Brook. By the third round, you could see the redness forming around his eye. That shit was starting to sink in. By the time he got to whatever round that was, his shit was aching. Now I know he got his shit broke already by Golovkin. Okay, but not just because you get in there with the next, not every nigga can do that to somebody's eye. You know what I'm saying? He could got in there with somebody else and evaded that shit and never got his eye re-injured. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Spence was able to re-aggravate or injure it, it's just a testament. I see a consistent pattern. You know what I'm saying? Just straight eye damage, face damage. Whether your shit gets broken.
So were they eye broken? They both of them southpaws. They eyes swelled up. Both of their right eyes swelled. Were they eye broken?
But if you look at them when
they eye look worse than Kell Brook.
Look, when they were standing in the ring though, with getting their hands raised, Regis looked clean as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That shit, that shit gets way deeper once you walk out of the ring. It was a top rank card. Yeah, it was a top rank card a few months back. I forgot who the dude was, but he said he didn't listen to his dad and shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. By the time he was walking out, oh my God, man, it looked like he got jumped by 10 people. He did not look like that in the ring. You know what I'm saying? When he got back to the dressing room, put his clothes on, was getting ready to leave the stadium, it looked like he got assaulted by multiple people. You know what I'm saying? So when I see what Terrence do. That's all I'm saying. I think
I can see if, not mean to cut you off, brother, but
no, you good.
I can see if Errol Spence was the only one to do it to Kell Brook. But Gennady Golovkin, 2 weight classes up, it already did it. I know it was a different side of his face, the right side. But all I'm saying is it's not like Errol Spence was the sole proprietor of Kell Brook damaged, eyes, his orbitals.
Okay, but you go up 2 weight classes and get your eye busted. That kind of makes sense. You went up 2 weight classes. But when you go back down and the dude your weight size, when you go back down to your weight class and your weight size against an opponent around your weight and your size, and he do that shit to your eye, is that guy as strong as the guy that's 2 weight classes up? I mean, what we saying? Like,
no, we're talking about defense. We talking about styles. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the pace of the fight.
I mean, we heard what Errol said though. Ask him who's the hardest they've been hit by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he knows for a fact he hits very hard. People know he hits extremely hard. You know what I'm saying? That's not a discussion.
We're not debating that Errol has pop, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? He has pop.
So I look at it like this: if Terrence come out here and he don't protect them chinky eyes he got, and by the 4th or 5th round, if that eye start puffing up, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. But I believe Terrence has the ability to avoid that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how. That's why I think it's a 50-50 fight.
So Errol eyes wasn't puffy when he got out the ring from Sean Porter.
Come on, we talking about a
just
different
asking
kind
a
of
question. I'm just asking a
I
question.
mean, yeah, you taking
No, that's
you
true.
taking any kind of
I'm just
contact
asking.
damage, you gonna result in some
No.
inflammation, and you know what I'm
We
saying.
can't talk about any contact damage now. We're talking about, you said eyes being swole, and all I'm saying is the Errol eye was it swole when he left the ring with Sean Porter.
Was Bud's
He was-
eyes
he was
ever
busted-
swole when
he
he
was
left?
busted
No,
up,
I'm
bro.
just saying. I'm not saying Bud eye has never been swole. You're talking about Errol Spence swelling eyeballs, and I'm telling you, like, if you only want to talk about swelling, I mean, it's the pace of the fight, the style of the fight, you know, and how they engage and you know, trade shots in there. It's just different, whether it's on the inside or they boxing on the outside. It's all different.
Hell yeah.
I just don't see Errol Spence being an eye collector like people saying he is, because he fucked up Ugas.
That's overrated, honestly.
Nah, man, I'm saying like I said, consistent pattern. Motherfuckers is taking brutal eye damage. You know what I'm saying? And they not enjoying it. While it's not one of them things where you can get through it, it discomforts them, and it affects the way that they fight. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the way Ugas was sitting up there at this previous fight with his girl, his eye looked fine to me. Goddamn it!
Shit.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure because I tried something.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? What expert? Hey, you was in the building. You dropped out. Okay.
Yeah, expert, you know what I'm saying? You definitely, y'all got to school me, dog. I do not mind being schooled at all. You know, I had to, like I said, I'm playing catch up, dog. I'm playing catch up in life.
No, man, it's all good. It's just a
No,
dialogue,
what you're saying
you know
is what you're saying is true, but like it only happened on 2 occasions, and the first occasion he was already damaged goods. If we're gonna be real,
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
if we're gonna keep it a buck,
He's not the sole proprietor of damaging Kell Brook. I can see if Kell Brook dropped
big
down from
word, man. I
Gennady
need that.
and-
I need
and he
that word, man.
wasn't-
Jeez.
You know, he wasn't, he wasn't fucked up. You know, if he wouldn't have been fucked up coming from Gennady, then we would say, okay, all Errol Spence, he fucked him up. Gennady couldn't even do that. You
But
know
I
what
have
I'm
a,
saying? But
I have
that's
a
not
question.
the
Though.
case.
Do you guys think that fight would be the same if he didn't fight Triple G first?
Yes, I do. But again, I didn't watch like I said, playing catch up. Didn't see it when it happened. Didn't watch it yet. But just based off of how I see Errol fight, I feel like, listen, man, anybody that go in there with Errol, man, you better protect your fucking face. You know what I'm saying? You better make sure that motherfucker don't be. I feel like it don't take too much, because like I said, when I watch his fights, these dudes is taking eye damage by round 3. I'm saying consistent pattern. The motherfuckers that made it to round 3, because a couple of them didn't even make it that far. But I'm just saying to me that shit. When I see shit like that,
once
like,
again, if I was turning the smoke up on you, I'm only being
Go ahead,
respectful
don't
because
you-
we ain't debating. But the last 4 opponents was Yordenis Ugas, now, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and Mikey Garcia.
Sean Porter didn't get no eye damage because he's a mover.
But you're
He's a
talking
mover.
about for the ones who make it. All of those guys besides
Flat-footed.
Yordenis Ugas, you know what I'm saying? They flat-footed fighters, man. And Yordenis Ugas was the only one that really, the doctors came in because Lawrence Cole kept on reminding them, hey, take a look at the eye. Take a look at the eye. Mikey Garcia made it to the final bell. Sean Porter, Danny Garcia got his ass beat. He made it to the final bell. You feel me? I'm just saying, bro.
It's a little bit overrated, brother. But
hey, I'm just saying, man. I mean, look.
Ain't talking about Carlos
Hey, Bo.
Ocampo, bro. The same one who just went the distance with Sebastian Fundora now. I mean, he didn't take no scratches and bumps and bruises when he was in there with Errol Spence.
And he went
just
down
got
in the
stopped.
first round, right?
But that's after Errol Spence
people
got
could
hurt.
say he was weight drained too.
Yeah.
Let's be real now.
Yeah, man. It's a lot that goes into that for real.
Yeah, styles make fights, so
Hey, good.
I got to see how Lamont Peterson looked after that fight, though.
Hey, Lamont
Yeah,
Peterson
hurt
eyes, you gotta understand, Lamont Peterson eyes was fucked up because he was standing directly in front of Spence and he was taking a lot of punishment in the high guard. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's high guard is not the same. You know what I'm saying? He was taking a lot of punishment. His eyes was puffy, bro.
also flat-footed. But hey,
Yep, flat-footed. Yep.
you can't
Hey,
be
can y'all hear me
flat-footed
good?
with Errol Spence. Yeah, we hear you. You can't be flat-footed. That's food. You're food for him at that point.
Yeah, you fool, man. He gonna
Yeah.
take.
Mikey,
He
Mikey
gonna
gonna
scoop
see
your
it.
ass up.
You know what I'm saying? Whole face sour. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
hell
No,
no.
it
Mikey,
wasn't.
Mikey
I
went to the
wasn't.
club. Mikey went to the club right after the fight, dog.
Word.
Fine.
Hey, I wanted
Now
to
his
speak on that
internal body
orbital.
was maybe
You
a
see
little
lighter,
bit.
man?
I want. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
No,
man.
I want to speak on the orbital bone situation because my sister is in the medical field. She's ex Army reserves, and
Okay.
on the orbital bone situation, when you break an orbital bone, it heals up stronger, and your other side, even though it hasn't been broken, it's weaker, so it's more prone to getting broke. So
Don't say that again.
that's the Kell Brooks situation.
Wow.
Oh
So,
I think I heard.
but
I think I heard you explain that too before.
yeah, but for there's no excuse on what happened to Ugas. His was just Earl took that, but with Kell Brook, that's an easy explanation in the medical field.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit, that's crazy. That's crazy. I ain't know
I
that.
mean, that's
man.
coming from somebody who's in the medical field, and that's not the first time I heard. I think I heard him talk about that.
RM03.
Before, or somebody else talk about that before too.
I think the point still remains though that you know what I'm saying it does, go to show that that's what Errol do because he could have got in there with another motherfucker that couldn't do that kind of shit, and it could have been a totally different outcome. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Was that matter of fact? Was that Kell Brook last fight? Was Errol Spence?
Nope, it was Bud. It seemed to be Bud Crawford.
It was Amir Khan, bro.
It was Khan.
Yeah,
All right,
he told me a car. And like,
but that was at 154.
I completely missed that fight.
But did
That was
Bud?
at 154.
All right, so did Bud break his eye? Break the weaker eye?
No, when he hit him, when he hit him with that juke hook. If you go back and watch it, you see Kell Brook asking his cornerman what happened.
I'm saying what I'm talking about the eye.
No, it was only 3 rounds, bro. So
it went in a 4.
Four rounds, and then when he hit him, and then he tried to recover, and then Bud finished him.
Okay, how about this?
So what you're saying is Bud is an eye collector too.
That's a brain collector. The guy he had to before he went to go talk to the guy with the mic, he had to ask his corner, what happened? Because he knew they was gonna ask him what happened.
I gotta come back in on this one.
Just, y'all educate me real quick.
Crawford is my boy, but with both of his eyes being broke before and healing up stronger, he got to be one hell of a puncher to break Kell Brook's eye again.
Did anybody after Spence do that to Kell Brook's eye again?
He got to have some Thanos type power.
Hold on. Oh, no. He did what now?
I'm asking, did anybody after Kell Brook fought? Did anybody after Errol Spence, as far as Kell Brook is concerned, do that to Kell Brook's eye?
He didn't lose until he fought Bud.
He had 3 wins at 154, which nobody give credit for. He's 3 wins, and then he went in there and fought Crawford.
2 stoppages in those 3 wins.
Yeah. He didn't take
I'm saying,
no
but none of them dudes punched him and made him receive no kind of pain, even though the eye came back, the other side weaker, and the one side came back stronger. There was no fighter that came in there.
Twice though, so he's strong. His face strong as shit.
Yeah, because he broke both eyes, so his like
that's
like Wolverine. It's just the more shit get broke, come back even stronger every time.
No,
I'm gonna go get my shit broke tomorrow. Then
no. It's how when it heals back up, it's how it fuses. It fuses stronger. So it's
shit. Okay.
That's why it come back stronger because how it, when it heals,
how it fuses.
Yes.
The bone fuses and everything.
To break either one of his
eyes on the block.
Yeah, to break either one of his orbital bones, now you gotta be one hell of a puncher.
Like, and I'm telling you, and Big Bless, I'm telling you, when Bud hit him, he said, "What happened?" Could you imagine that fast? You don't remember what happened. The bells rang, everybody in the ring. You like, what the hell happened?
I mean, shit.
That can be. Hey, he didn't see the punch, and they were like, "Hey, what happened?"
He definitely didn't see that punch, bro. When you go back and look at it, you know what I'm saying? Because when we was talking to We was talking to Stone Bones. Stone Bones said that's a jerk hook.
No,
Hey,
but
look, I just think the fight 50-50, man. I think the Errol Spence fight, Terrence Crawford fight 50-50. You know what I'm saying? That's just...
Can I ask you this one question? Because we were talking about, like, you know, how Earl is a, you know, he's an eye snatcher. Mm-hmm. If Bud get Earl hurt like Ugas did, do you think he gonna let him recover the way he did, or he gonna pounce on him like we know Bud do?
Like when Ugas popped him up when he spit his mouthpiece.
When he knocked his mouthpiece out his damn mouth and he thought that the damn bell had wrong.
Hey, if the referee
he didn't think the
stop,
bell had wrong. He thought the referee was about to let him get his mouthpiece, was about to pick his mouthpiece up and take it over there and rinse it off.
Man, that mouthpiece was in the corner. He ain't had to go pick it up.
I don't know where the mouthpiece was and shit, but
that shit came flying out of his mouth when he hit it with that damn left right across that shit. Back out. That shit went flying over in the corner.
But look, he got hit with both them shits and didn't drop. Floyd caught Ortiz with one and stunned his ass and then dropped him with the other joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think Ortiz was just laying down because he know he had fucked up with the headbutt.
Yeah, he was trying to get he thought the referee didn't start the fight back up. He was trying to get a win by disqualification.
Yeah.
He looked just fine. He looked just fine.
He got damn headbutted Floyd before, you know. So
I'm just saying, like, he ate them shits. He bounced off. He put his hands right back up. Once he realized that dude wasn't finna get his mouthpiece and stop no action and nothing like that, he put his fucking hands up and he got right back to work and advanced and pressed on Ugas right after taking two big wide open shots. So
yeah, I get that now, but I'm just saying while he was laying on them ropes, Ugas was looking at him.
So you
Bud's not gonna look at him. Bud's gonna attack. He's not gonna give him no. He see you hurt, bro. It's a wrap, man.
Yeah, very well, maybe. But who's to say Errol's finna just sit there and stay on the ropes? He saw Ugas was way over there and not pressing him. You know what I'm saying? If you see Bud rushing at you, nigga, you not gonna just stand there wide open, especially if you see the referee ain't responding how you thought he was originally gonna respond.
No, the referee, right when he threw the shot, the referee was saying stop. So when Errol hit the ropes, that's why Ugas stood there. He couldn't press because the referee had already said stop.
So if Bud is in that same position and the referee says stop, then
he gotta be like
exactly.
Ugas. He can't press him.
He can't press him. So
I ain't hear you say stop.
You ain't hear the referee say stop?
Right.
Oh, Lawrence Cole said stop like 20 times, bro.
Right when,
he was supposed to jump. He was supposed to jump.
If I'm in the box in the ring, I ain't hear you say stop.
Nah, he was supposed to jump in the middle of that. You can't just say stop. He has to jump in the middle. That's what he messed up on.
Yep.
So shit. But again, it's obey my commands. You know what I mean?
At all times.
At all times.
Yeah, but you got to when they're in the middle like
at all times too.
Stop as a command, and which Errol didn't do it. He paid for that, but again, he didn't drop. He didn't show no signs of real weakness or being hurt from that shit.
How can if a knockout? If you go per the ABA, a knockout can consist of the ropes holding you up. That can be considered a knockdown. You know what I'm saying? So,
but you know the referee gonna look at the pace of the fight, the quality of the fight, what's going on, how you know what I'm saying, how the fighter's responding. Like I said, he put his hands right back up. Once he realized he was smiling, he's like, "Oh shit!" You know what I'm saying?
That's what you do when you feeling goofy. You smile.
Shit. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fighters smile when they get hit with a shot and they hurt a little bit or something like that. But again, it's not, you know what I mean, how you respond, how you get back up, how you come back. And he didn't fall down.
He punished Ugas.
He came right back with some work for his ass.
I just thought Ugas stopped boxing, you know what I'm saying? I just thought he reduced his output tremendously. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just thought he could have gave more. The way he fought Sean Porter, I would expect him to give that effort with Errol Spence, man. Because, man, come on, man.
What you think about Gary Russell saying if Terrence Crawford is in 15-round shape, then he can win that fight? But if he's not in 15-round shape,
Gary Russell is a hater. They got history.
Obviously, he don't like Terrence.
He made his comments though. We got to take the man. All you got as a man is your word and your balls. And he said what he said out his mouth. Y'all know what happened. Punched on him and shit. That was way in the past.
I guess he was in 15-round shape when he knocked out.
Gary Russell says about Terrence Crawford because this is the same man that said he broke his jaw.
Yeah.
And we came to find out that was a lie.
What do you think? Terrence Crawford, outside of what Gary said, do you think Terrence Crawford needs to be in? Would it, help him to be in 15-round shape?
It would help him tremendously.
When have Crawford been out of shape in the late rounds? You know what I'm saying? When have we been concerned about Crawford's cardio? This is not a fighter that you're concerned about his condition.
I don't think the 15 rounds is attributed to only cardio though, OG.
Why?
Because you need a lot more to
because the casuals think that Terrence Crawford is going to sit there and let Spence punch on him early rounds with all that volume punching. No, it's not going to happen. Oh, you got to look at the Jeff Horn fight, how he was using his footwork. There's plenty of fights you can look and see how Crawford was moving back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Sean Porter fight.
And no weight class did you see Bud get muscled by anybody.
And people forget Jeff Horn was a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude, man. He
is a big dude.
He wasn't even supposed to be at welterweight. He was a big dude.
Yep.
And Bud was manhandling him.
He was manhandling, man, moving around. Then he started.
Whenever you tried to grab him, like whenever you grab Bud, man, he throws you to the ground. He throws you to the ropes. He pivots you. You just don't corner Bud, man.
I mean, shit, that fight between Sean and Terrence was close, man. You know what I mean?
It was close, bro. But that's just like with me and Sean and me and
I'm looking at the scorecard right now.
Hey,
I'm looking at the scorecard right now.
The fight with Sean and Spence was a lot closer.
Listen though.
Here's a split decision closer.
We looking at how they scored it round by round though. Dave Moretti 86-85, Steve Washfeld 86-85. It was a close fight.
Okay, Big Bless. This what I'm gonna say to that. When you can go to a certain fighter and he's special, and you say you're down on the cards, that you're gonna lose this fight if you don't step it up. That man said, "All right."
Look, I'm sure his whole legacy, his life probably flat. When you hear some shit like that, blood, you know what's on the line. You know what I'm saying?
And he went out there and he finished somebody that nobody could do.
But we got to remember, we're talking about the judges. We have to talk about the judges who gave Canelo the first 4 rounds when clearly he didn't win the first 4 rounds against Bivol. I'm not really sweating the scorecards. I'm not even sweating the scorecards that was there for freaking Crawford and Porter. I'm not even sweating it.
I'm just saying that judges.
Bomac went to Bud and said, "You're down on the scorecard. You're gonna lose this fight if you let it go to the scorecard."
Yeah,
and he finished Sean Porter.
I got to second what World Combat said, because these are the same judges that had it a draw when it came to Canelo and Floyd.
Look, I also think this is deeper than just the fighters going in the ring and fighting. I think this is not only a battle between Errol and Bud, but this is a battle between Bomac and Derrick James. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a testament to coaching that
night too. Bomac whoop Derrick James' ass. Bud said Bomac will whoop Derrick James' ass. He said he got 20 grand on that.
Yo, Bomac needs to lose some weight, man.
Hey man, listen,
Bomac can lose 150. He ain't beating Derrick James, dog.
As big as Bomac is, Bomac in the gym and in the ring.
I'm signed with Team Crawford. I don't care what it is. I'm signed with Team.
Bomac in there every day, bro. He got that butterbean style.
I would bet on Bomac in an eating contest, but that's about it.
Hey man, listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I will not judge a book by its cover, because I know some fat niggas that's light on their feet and
I will
your ass.
He say,
it's levels to this fat shit though.
That's
work with a couple of
Can we talk about the boxing? Because I'm rocking with Team Crawford. Y'all ain't.
Bomac know how to use his belly too, man. Push him off with that belly.
Bomac ain't the one we trying to make a fight. Goddamn, Al Heyman ain't sitting up here trying to figure out what he gonna give Bomac. No, we talking about Crawford Spence.
But Crawford Spence is Derrick James and Bomac. That's their fighters. They're at the end of the day when they go back to that corner, they're responsible for them fighters going in that ring and doing what they're supposed to do.
What rounds do Bomac and Derrick lace up and go in there and fight for their fighters.
Listen to
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
tell you
saying.
something right now, Dirrell.
Zero.
You talk about the physical act.
Zero.
Hold on, Pop.
Nah.
We
Let me tell you something
talking
right
about
now.
the physical act
Bomac
and
ain't
them
got
lacing
shit to
up
do with this
and going
conversation as far as his weight.
When
Nah,
they
he ain't
go
got
in
shit to
there,
do with it.
when Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford go in that ring, it's not just them two. It's Derek James and both. This is a battle of the coaches. It's just as much as it is a battle between the fighters, man.
Bro, I
When
all
understand.
Derek James gonna say is
when a
do to
football
EJ.
coach take his team into the game, it's the
we
head coach and the
understand.
assistant coach. You know
No,
what
we
I'm saying?
All Derek
understand
James gonna
that
say
they're
is do
coaches.
to EJ.
We understand they're coaches. We understand all that. But I'm just saying, in this instance, we understand when it comes to boxing, the fighters are the one that split the ropes and go in there and fight.
Yes, with instructions from their coaches.
I mean,
The coaches are standing
it may be
ringside watching and seeing what you're not doing. What's going on in there? Okay, I see this is going on. That was a good move by the opponent. Let me tell
Okay.
my fighter to do this.
All right,
Now
let
it's
me
up
ask
to the
you this
fighter to
then.
go in there and do it.
All right, cool, for sure. So let me ask you this then. In the fight that Terrence Crawford had with Sean Porter, outside of Bomac telling him that he was down on the scorecards, give me one instruction that he gave Bud Crawford that you remember.
And listen,
one.
that's and not
No. Just tell me one, Blunt. Just tell me
but this
one
is the-
instruction. Just
OG,
tell me
but-
one instruction, because
OG.
early in the live they said that these are elite fighters, so they can pretty much they know how to make the adapt, the adjustments and everything while in the ring.
And
So
they
tell
go
me one
and they
instruction.
probably and I also said they probably do what they want to do, and when they feel like they ready to listen to their coach, then that's when they decide they're gonna listen to him. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, so why emphasize they have a coach and the coach is there and they listen to the coach?
Because
and when you're
the
just
coach-
saying they don't really listen to the coach, they make their own adjustments whenever they feel like it.
If the coaches wasn't that much involved, that didn't have that much a part in these fighters and how they fight, then it wouldn't be no trainer of the year award. It wouldn't be no trainer or coach recognition. These dudes get recognition because
get
they serve
that.
a purpose.
They don't
serve
get
a
that
purpose
being
to
on
their
the
fighter.
apron. They don't get that from being in the apron. They
Where
get
they get
that
it
from
from?
what they doing in the gym. For
What
they
they
producing
doing in the
gym.
gym transitions to what happens in the apron.
But we're talking about verbal vice physical. You can go in there and talk to a fighter, train them in the gym and everything like that, and go to the fight night and don't say shit to them because you already damn talked to them enough and trained them inside the gym.
Man, not when you got live action happening before your face and you're seeing how your fighter is responding. It's your duty to say, "Hey, man, wake up.
Okay,
Let me help."
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Check this out. When it came to Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather Sr. or goddamn Roger was in there, explain his
We
instructions.
talking about daddies and
Fuck that
uncles.
motherfucker up.
We-
Fuck that
we talking
motherfucker
about
up.
daddies
Fuck
and
his
uncles.
ass up.
Hey,
That
I'm saying
motherfucker
that
can't fuck with
Bomac
you.
is
Fuck him
like
up.
a father figure to Bud if you want to keep it a buck.
I don't want to hear like a father figure or none of that. We're
cool.
talking about daddies and uncles.
Okay,
we talking about
cool, Pop. If he's a father figure, then what is the father saying to him? Name one instruction you remember that Bomac gave Crawford.
You down on the
But that's
guard.
why I'm saying this is a 50-50
I'm talking about
fight.
outside
That's why
that
I'm
shit.
saying, look, that's why I'm saying that's what make this shit so good. That's why I think Terrence got a chance because he can go in there. He don't need nobody to tell him shit. He can go in
Both
there
of
and
them.
do his
That's
thing.
both of them. That's Spence and Crawford. Both
Yeah,
of them like that.
All Derek
Hey,
James is going to say is do the
to
EJ.
a degree, to an extent. You know what I'm saying?
Of course it's
at
to an
some
extent.
point in time, you need your trainer to step in and offer you some kind of counsel during the fight.
Okay, 85-15. Yeah, 85-15. There you go.
That's your
85-15.
opinion. That's your opinion.
85-15, 90-10.
It depends on how the action's going. It could be that way if the action's going in a way where the trainer feel like I don't need to step in. He's doing his shit right. But it could be 50-50 when the action makes it so it's that way. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on the live action that's happening in that moment. That's why they go to the ring with their coaches. If that was the case, they lead them niggas in the locker room.
No, not really. No, your team is gonna go there. It's tradition. It's tradition. Not every fighter has went to the ring with a coach. Some of them go to the ring with a cut man. I'm serious. I've seen it. Some of them is not there with their coach for whatever reason. You can check out the pandemic. A lot that was going on, man. I can name. I'm serious.
We talking about
There's
a
a lot.
total. Look, this is a different fight of a different
No.
magnitude.
No. You saying that the trainers go to the ring with the fighter, and I'm telling you that's not always the case.
I'm just saying in this case, with these two fighters on this certain stage, this will not just be Bud and Errol. This gonna be Bud. This gonna be Bud and Bomac against Derek James and Errol Spence.
That's what it's going to be, but it doesn't have to be that way because they're on the elite level. Bud Crawford and Errol Spence can go there with their cut men and fight one another.
You said that's what it's going to be. But it don't gotta be that. It don't gotta be. I agree with you. It don't gotta be that. But like you said, that's what it's going to be, and that's what I was saying the whole time. That's what it's going to be.
To me, to be truthfully honest
battle
with you,
between
I think we
all
closer.
minds.
I'm just saying, perfect example, Devin Haney, Bill Haney. Bill Haney couldn't get into Australia.
Again,
what if he would have got into Australia, right?
We talking about daddies
that's
and
the head
uncles
trainer.
again.
He's the head trainer, though.
We talking about daddies and it's a different dynamic. They go back to the room. They live together. They was raised
Are we talking
together.
about daddies? Are we talking about daddies? Or are we talking about head trainers?
I mean, bro, Floyd fired his daddy, bro. Like,
we talking about this is two
Floyd
different
Mayweather
dynamics.
Sr. was not Floyd's trainer all the time, you know.
he
But
fired
Roger
his daddy,
Mayweather,
bro.
when Roger Mayweather stepped in between rounds, what advice did he give him? Fuck that motherfucker up. Fuck his ass up, punk motherfucker.
He just said, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Floyd had to make those changes. Floyd had to make those changes, bro.
You know what we worked on. You know, as a matter of fact, I think Floyd had either 1 or 2 fights when Roger was locked up. You know who was the damn head guy in the damn corner? Leonard Ellaby.
Rubbing
rubbing
Floyd's nipples, biting his lip. Rubbing Floyd nipples, biting his lip, collecting the spit. God damn, that sound freaky as fuck.
Hey man, just like World Combat was saying. Hey, whatever. Hey, when you don't need no head trainer, sometimes you know what it is.
I'm just saying they at the elite level, man.
In a fight this big, you won't want. Hey, look, at a fight this big, you want all your weapons in your arsenal. You're not walking in the shit without all. You're not walking in there like that.
Of course, you want them there, but I'm saying if Bomac, it was a time when Bomac didn't come to the corner, somebody else was there. You know, if Bomac can't make it, somebody else is gonna step in, man.
Man, Bomac probably has some self-conscious issues he had to get past before he could build up that courage to get up there. You know,
he just can't
got to worry about his crack coming out. If he bend over and get in the ring, could have been certain things that kept him from getting up there when he really wanted to be up there.
No. I'm talking about being in the corner. Period. Being in the corner. Period. Present in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
What did Bomac do to help Hooker? Goddamn, Bud had to get up there and offer some real. Bud was in there. Become me. All you have to do is become me. You are Bud for the evening.
But
Bomac didn't do shit to help Hooker.
If Hooker trains with Bud majority of the time, because Bud has multiple trainers, okay? Bud has multiple trainers. So if Hooker primary trainer was Crawford, then he was listening to Crawford, not Bomac.
And Crawford wasn't up there at the beginning of the fight though. Bomac was up there.
He don't have to be, because they can give verbal commands from down there sitting down. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
And low-key, the way, you know, Bud was in there dressed looking fly, didn't even look like he was planning to be in the corner. It looked like he was like, damn, my man.
I mean, that's his boy, man.
Tell him something.
Yeah, he had early knockdowns. Yeah, he was probably like, damn, I got to get up here and see, can I
but
get
why
in
the
his
fuck
head a little bit?
Why you ain't, if you know, me personally, I probably would have just told Bomac, like, listen, you need to tell him to do this, or, you know, but maybe sometimes a person got to hear it coming from, coming from the horse.
Yo, Big Runs. If you go back to watching, you go back and watch the Diego versus Floyd Mayweather, Senior is yelling out all the commands and what's gonna happen from like the 6-7 row. And he telling dudes that's in the corner to go back in there and tell Floyd what he's saying.
Yeah, I remember.
So like when you know. And he was in a 3-piece suit. So calling a fight from, you know, over there that shit been done before. Even though Senior wasn't in the camp at all.
I'm just saying it's a testament to say that these fighters go in there with not just their minds, but with the mind and the assistance of their coaches. And this will be a battle of not just Bud and EJ having a mind battle fighting in the ring. But when they go back to their corner and they listen to what they're being told, that's gonna be a factor. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the fight, they're gonna thank their trainers and say, I just listened to my coach. My coach said, do this. I made the proper adjustments and I did what he said, and we got what we got. But they always say we got the knockout.
Yeah, that's teamwork. That's sportsmanship. That's
all I'm saying.
Would you give Jermell Charlo the same credit? Would you give him the same credit?
We talked about Jermell being hard-headed.
No. Would you give him the same credit of people talking in the corner? Who do you see talking in the corner for Jermell Charlo? Guzman.
I know what I see.
Guzman and Derrick James.
I know what Derrick James be saying.
Both of them. All I heard Derrick James say, it's ideal. It's ideal.
And do the EJ.
It's ideal. No, I see what you're saying, Blush. Real talk, bro. But I'm just saying, like, these guys on the highest level, they should be able to go in there and fight 12 rounds by making their own adjustments. You know, I know what you're saying traditionally and what is being, they train with their trainers and coaches, and they're going to go in there because they need that advice. But, hey.
I know. I'm saying, hey, you saying they should be able to go. I mean, my son should be able to get his ass in the shower at 9 o'clock, but sometimes because he just not doing what the fuck, I got to come in there and tell him, hey, it's 9:30. What you doing? You gotta get your ass.
We talking about everyday life, vice combat sports, bro.
We talking about principles. We talking about keeping the same principles. OG
is strained.
The principle is the same, bro. You said they should be able to go in there and do X, Y, and Z. And I'm saying my son should be able to go. It's the same principle. I am the head coach. I got to come in there and give him the instruction.
I'm not coaching.
And get the job done.
Kids are not coaching. They're not waking up and saying, you know what? I got to get punched in the face today. You know what I'm saying? I got to go get my hands wrapped and put on some gloves.
We're going back to the physical
16
act.
Ounces. You know what I'm saying?
just talking about the principles. It's the principles I'm not talking about the actual acts of life and acts of fighting. I'm talking about the principle of you should be able to do, but as an advisor, head coach, etc., I got to intervene and assist you for us to get what we need as a unit.
I mean, all I'm saying, I hear what you're saying, but all I'm saying for a fact, when Mark Breland, was in front of Deontay Wilder after round 7 for getting blasted from Ortiz, he didn't say too much or nothing.
Hey, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes as a trainer, you can't.
He didn't say too much or nothing. He just gave him some water, and Deontay was sitting
up
there recovering.
That's why I say this is gonna be it's a battle of all minds involved. Everybody's trying to achieve the same goal of getting the W. This is gonna be a battle of all minds involved. And we may just like, what if we see Derrick James not tell Errol shit because he getting his ass beat and all he could do is offer him some water? God damn, I'm gonna be like, damn, Derrick, I'm gonna be yelling at the TV like, Derrick James, tell him something. Say something.
Can't tell him nothing but do the EJ.
I look at Gervonta Davis in some of his biggest fights, and he don't be really paying attention to anybody. Like, I'm real talk. Like, for the entirety of the fight, I just don't see Tank paying attention to Calvin James like that.
Hey, look, when Calvin James told him stop talking to his mom and turn around, he finished saying what he had to say. He got it out, and then he turned the fuck back around.
That was respect, but I'm talking about retention. I'm talking about whatever. Okay, what did Calvin say to him once he turned around? He just told him to focus on the fight. Just turn around and focus on the fight.
I think Tank knew what he had to do. Tank, one of them ones, like you just said, you ain't got it. He don't need to go in there and be told shit. He know what he supposed to do. Calvin gonna say
he does. Oh, he does. So if I say Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is the same way, but you say Tank already know what he's supposed to do. I'm saying the same thing for Errol Spence and Terrence. They know what they're supposed to do.
This is like I bring it back to when I said this fight is a fight of a different magnitude. Tank know what to do against these level of fucking dudes. He ain't fighting nobody for real.
Man, he ain't fighting no bums. He ain't fighting no bums, bro.
Oh, gee.
Leo Santa Cruz is a 4-weight champion. Leo Santa Cruz, 4-weight freaking champion, dog.
OG, you know
Mario
all the
Barrio
facts.
was a reigning defending champion. Bro.
We know you know all the facts, but the number one discussion when it comes to Tank is he ain't fought the fighters we want to see, the best guys. Whenever somebody talks about Tank, they say he ain't fought no top level guys. He's in a Mayweather witness protection program.
I understand where you're coming from with that. I mean, I
it ain't his fault,
this
bro.
is a fight of a different magnitude.
He ain't fought bums. He ain't fought bums, bro.
I agree. Them was some tough dudes he fought. I agree. Give my man some. He from the city. He from that shit right up the road. Exactly. I feel the same way. He ain't fought bums, but what they gonna say when they talk about Tank? He ain't fought nobody. And the witness
he's a 3-weight champion though.
They gonna say he's the star of the lightweight division.
And we can say Tank ain't had no fight like this, no fight of this magnitude, no fight with no opponent like this. This is different. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask Boxing Nerd. Let me ask you something, man.
Yes, sir.
Who's the number 1 lightweight?
Devin Haney.
All day.
all day, every day, right? So why do they have Gervonta Davis ahead of him on the pound for pound?
Well, I'll give you an example.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying why.
Devin Haney didn't clinch a record of 300 times in both fights against Kambosos.
He didn't. Oh, he didn't clinch a record 300 times.
Hey, look, man.
300 times.
Hey, look.
Damn.
We can say what we want about Tank.
Hold up, Pop. You said boxing. No, you said he didn't what 300 times.
He initiated 300 clinches in 2 fights in Australia.
God damn.
He's sponsored by Huggies.
That nigga fool, dog. You ain't gonna jump on this motherfucker in 20 minutes, getting on your ass, man, and I'm be quiet as hell, screen recording the whole shit.
Hey, he ain't. Nah, Bill ain't coming on my panel, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, man.
Bill ain't gonna show me that love, dog. He ain't gonna come over here.
He just said something, bro. Like when you go to a Tank fight, man, you know what you're getting.
Mm-hmm. But
I knew what Devin was trying to do the other night but Devin was trying to knock Kambosos out in my mind.
Man, I don't have nothing bad to say about Devin. He got his shit done, man. It was funny what he said.
But hold on,
it was funny what he said about Huggies. But bro, it's boxing at the end of the day, man. Hey, I don't have no knock on what Devin did. He went over there and defended that shit twice.
I'm just trolling.
300 divided by 24 rounds is 12.5. All right, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
That's 12 clinches.
I'm not even talking on that. Like I said,
not that bad.
Y'all keep the same engine. Bill pop up.
That's just Devin, bro. That's not even Kambosos. How many times he clinched? We talking about just Devin.
Clinching is a part of boxing.
But all I asked was who's number one, because like Gervonta. Look, Gervonta Davis has 3 weight divisions, and Devin Haney. I asked for the lightweight division, okay, but championships and divisions carry forward, so you can be campaigning in one division, but yet your whole entire resume holds tight when you're in that single division. They say so and so a 4-weight division, 2-weight division. That's how it is. And Gervonta has more divisions than Devin Haney, but Devin has all the belts except the ring. You know what I'm saying? So that's my question. Like, why they had him?
Tank's best one is.
No, I said I've been on record saying Devin Haney is the number 1 lightweight because he has all the belts.
Yeah, World Combat definitely said that. I say Tank is the best because he's the number 1 draw. Like,
he's more exciting. That's the only reason that people say he's better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's two different areas.
Like right now in this era, like it's Tank. Like if you know when you fight Tank, you already know. Like, okay, we about to get 3 episodes of All Access. We about to be on Showtime. We about to do a couple city tours. We're gonna bring out all the stars. Boom. I'm about to get paid, probably biggest payday, and I'm getting something on the back end. Like, nobody's knocking. Nobody. Like, I mean, I feel like this Top Rank deal was a setup. Like, Devin came over there, he beat Kambosos. The second fight, they knew he was gonna beat him, and I think they just set him up for Lomachenko. But like, nobody's beating down Devin's door to fight him, and Devin been a champion for like how long now? He had a WBC belt.
And nobody's beating down his door because he was in one position. He was in the WBC sanctioned body. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't go anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't go anywhere else.
You're right about that, but how many eliminators did Ryan Garcia fight?
I mean, Ryan Garcia won the interim title, and he didn't want to activate it. He didn't want to fight.
He didn't want to, like, that's just. And then Javier Fortuna kept talking all that shit, but whenever it was time to sign, nothing. So it was like nobody was like just in their damn right mind, but like, yeah, I'm gonna fight Devin Haney. Like, they already know, but like they'll take getting knocked out the fight Tank for that payday. That's what I see. After Leo Santa Cruz, like, you still ain't fought Gary Russell Jr.?
That fight kind of out the question. You gotta look at you just gotta look at where Leo Santa Cruz is at right now. He was at 130, man. G. Russell was still at 26 until he lost to Mark Masayo. He still haven't made the declaration that he's moving up When they asked him in the barbershop, he said he's worried, he's waiting for his shoulder to get back in the, 100%, and he'll take it from there. He didn't really give us any indication he was moving up to 130, 135. He did say 135.
He did say 130. I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about when Gary did that damn, to me, it was kind of corny. The shit what he did with Leo's pops.
Oh, yeah, it was.
So
he
like,
hugged them. You mean he hugged them and everything and said, yeah.
And then said some slick shit like, you ain't beat him up yet, and like, you just was like, I'm not even gonna fight you. I'm gonna get the fight that you want. I'm gonna get the pay that you was looking for. I'm gonna be the one who get the fight, Tank.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, I just feel like, just on pride when we talk about other shit, like,
it's some Maryland shit going on there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that Maryland shit is tough.
Yeah, that DMC shit, but like the fact that Leo ain't fought Gary Russell yet, man, like that's just something else.
Well, I'll say the same thing. They didn't fight each other when they was in the same division. They didn't fight each other yet. I get it, but in the lightweight division, it's a hot division right now, and we don't have no idea who Gervonta is going to fight out of the big names coming up.
Allegedly, we got an idea, but
I mean, you're talking about Ryan Garcia, but that's been kind of. He's
Allegedly.
supposed to fight in December, but now he has a court date in December, so
yeah.
they're juggling.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. But people gonna get tired of this. Not fighting. You know what I mean? They gonna get tired of this shit, bro.
No,
they're
bro,
not gonna sit around and keep waiting on Tank.
They don't have to wait on him. He's a 3-weight champion without them. They're gonna go see him pay. They're gonna go see him fight and pay for pay-per-view to see Tank go in there and knock somebody out.
Man, OG. Gilly just asked this nigga,
yeah,
why you ain't fighting them niggas that we want to see you fight?
He said, did you ask him? He said, no, I never asked him.
Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And now the newest shit, as far as I've heard, is the Mayweather Witness Protection Program. I'm on Twitter often. I see Leonard Ellerby taking a lot of slack for how he run a Tank career at the very moment. So
that ain't new.
People going. It's not new, but I'm saying as this shit go on, it don't matter how much he knocking motherfuckers out. We gonna get tired of seeing him just knock out the motherfucker that's taking out the trash. We want to see.
Not at all, bro.
Look, I'm trying to tell you.
You gotta appreciate the trash man too, for real. You gotta appreciate.
Well,
they're cleaning up some shit, man. Look, everybody likes to knock out, man. They can criticize Wilder all they want, but they like the knockouts. Gervonta Davis, they say he's in the Mayweather protection program. They like the knockout.
Rick Glacier gonna keep saying these fights ain't pay-per-view worthy, and
Correct.
Rick Glacier gonna keep advocating people steal the fight and don't buy this shit. So long as these motherfuckers don't get in there and knock out the motherfuckers we want to see them knock out. And as far as like I said, what Coach said, you know what I'm saying? It comes down to having the criteria, and these motherfuckers need to be wanting to fight each other and give the people the best fucking fights. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, some people, especially some casual people, may want to continue to sit there and witness all kind of knockouts and shit. But the people who fuck with boxing, and you know what I'm saying, is the boxers themselves gonna keep bringing it up that you ain't stepped in there with nobody like that. You ain't really trying to step in there. They're gonna Tank literally just before his fight, what'd he do? Called out the winner, Devin and George. You know what I'm saying? So you talking like you want that. You having these so-called alleged negotiation talks with Ryan Garcia. If the shit don't pan out and it don't happen, Isaac Cruz keep bodying motherfuckers and yelling out he want the Tank rematch. Everybody saying your motherfucking name. People not gonna keep sitting around going through all that shit for you to fight, for you to not fight the motherfuckers they want to see you fight.
I think you made my case right there for Tank's number one lightweight.
What was the biggest fight in the lightweight division in the last 2 years?
Tank, what you saying? What he gonna do? He need to get.
What was the biggest fight in the lightweight division in the last two and a half years? What was the biggest fight?
It was
T.O. and Lomo.
That is T.O. and Lomo. It wasn't Devin Haney and Kambosos. Goddamn Kambosos was looking to fight Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I'm saying Lomachenko is because he was on the pound for pound list.
I have a question for the panel.
He was on the pound for pound list, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro. How does that fight go? Loma and Tio.
It went like it went.
What you mean?
No, I mean, sorry.
No.
Sorry.
I think
Devin
Haney, right?
Nah, yeah, I meant to say Devin Haney. I think Tio gets stopped by Loma in the rematch, but that's my opinion. But yeah, how does Tio and Devin go? I mean, not Tio, Loma and Devin. God, what's wrong with me today?
Chess match.
Ooh.
I got Devin.
You got Dev. Okay.
I have Devin in that.
I got Loma.
I don't got no problem with you having Loma. I was hoping somebody said the shit so I don't just feel because you know, I think my heart is saying Dev. My
Here we
head
go with the heart and the love. This is
you know
not
what I'm saying?
all.
I think the
This
head
is not all
telling me
my.
that Loma might get him.
This is not all my children.
This is not the
And
Notebook.
as the world turns, oh, my heart feels this way going with the
But
wind.
I'm gonna go with my heart on this one. I'm gonna ride with Dev because I'm a Dev fan on that one.
My body.
I've been going with Dev from the beginning. I'm not gonna switch. I'm not gonna switch, bro. I'm not gonna switch. I'm gonna take that one with Dev when it comes with him and Lomo because I think he deserved that fight on how he was like, just you know, like just you know, like just Nicki Minaj just shitted on him the whole way. Whenever he kept calling out Lomachenko, all this other shit, and Lomo was just like, you're nobody. And then when he lost the belt, he was like, I'll fight Devin Haney. I bet you will fight Devin Haney now, nigga. You let Tio beat your ass. Yeah, you'll fight Devin Haney for the belt that you gave up. Nah, sit on the back burner for a while. Fight a bunch of other niggas.
So
Fight
right
some other
now,
niggas.
not to cut you off, but right now, this to anybody on the panel. Right now, seeing Devin went over to Australia twice and proved that he can complete that shit. He completed the Aussie double, man.
23
So-
years old.
Yeah, 23, man. He a young lineman. You talking about somebody who's at the back of the motherfucking line recently? They was trying to rename his belt the Pride Belt, bro.
Yeah,
So,
give him no respect.
yeah, no respect. So he gets the Aussie double completed, heading into the Loma trip. You know, the 3-fight deal. He gets Loma. Boxing nerd. Do you think he's improved? Going over there and fighting George Campos is different. Both fights.
No doubt, without a doubt. He's
Would that be enough to consider that what we praise Lomachenko for is somewhat equal to what Devin's able to do now?
No, because Devin has problems with southpaws. Kambosos was trying to switch up the stances and give him a different look, but he was not giving. He wasn't offensive from the southpaw stance. He was just switching for no reason. The first round,
I respect that. Yeah.
No, the first round was good, but the second round, Devin figured it out.
Yeah, I think Dad was trying to knock him out, man. I think Dad was trying to put a knockout in a big fight on his record to be like, he's tired of hearing that, you know, like, come on, we all know we the pillow fisted, the lightest, the weakest in the division. Like Dev, like I was watching the fight. Dev was trying to take his fucking head off.
Just Dev doesn't have that kind of power, unfortunately.
No,
But-
he
but-
was still trying to take his head off.
I
Not
just
a
want to say
distance
this
pass.
real quick. The whole, leading up through the jump, the whole fight and everything, Devin, or up until the fight, Devin, you saw him at the weigh-in telling Kambosos, you have no punching power. You know what I mean?
I'm
I'ma
gonna
fuck you up.
I'ma fuck you
I'ma
up.
fuck you up.
And then you heard Bill talking to George Sr. saying, listen, are you gonna come to us or are we gonna have to come get you? You know what I'm saying? So basically he's telling either way we're gonna whoop your ass. But are you coming to us or are we gonna have to press the issue and come get it? You know what I'm saying? And so Tim Bradley, I remember him saying during the fight, they all talk about Devin's power, but it's different types of power. It's stinging power. You know what I'm saying? It's different types of power and shit. So
He was
there's
trying.
heavy-handed power, and then there's like
so I
pure
don't want to
accuracy.
say, I don't want to say,
and stuff.
I don't want to say Devin was looking for the knockout, but I think Devin wanted to show that he can sit there and do whatever he want to do at the same time too. You tripping on the hole and this shit. All right, I got enough footwork, I got enough speed, and I got enough pop and look and stinging power and pain to put on you to serve you up. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I feel like the first fight, it was so much clinching and all that shit to not leave it up to the judges at all. You know what I'm saying? To make it clear that I control everything, you can't get shit off. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't leave out of there without the belts. This was
Correct.
First, he was going there to get him. Now he was
Correct.
defending him. So he could.
Correct.
He absolutely could fight a different fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did
So,
too.
He did, and for that, you know what I mean. Like I said, 23 years old. The kid is amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
The kid is amazing. The
I
kid
think
got balls.
I
That's a long
think
fight.
from the Jorge Linares fight, it proved
yeah.
that Team Haney was listening to what the people were saying. They was making adjustments in training
He
camp.
brings his
and
left hand up. Often.
I'm just saying he made improvements. He looked way different against Jorge Linares. He fought on the inside.
He was a lot more elusive too.
Yeah, he was elusive, and people look at him being caught in the 10th round as if he didn't do anything the other 9. That's not true. That's totally untrue, man.
Yeah, he won all those. But remain to be seen though, like World Combat Big Blunts. Who y'all got in that fight?
Who? What fight?
Devin and Loma.
We had already said who we had.
OG got Dev, yeah. And Rakeem Raz just said in the chat he got Loma over Devin. Me, I said this the other day when I went live. I got it 50-50, man. I can't call that fight. I think
I'm gonna start calling Blunts Joe Biden, goddamn it, because he political.
Man,
shit.
look,
we have to, honestly, we have
I'm
to
gonna
put
start
up.
calling him Joe Biden.
Barack
Obama. I'm gonna start calling him Barack Obama. Goddamn it,
because he keeps saying both.
I'm gonna start calling him Barack Obama. Hey, Barack, how you feeling today, Barack? Can you give us a political answer, please?
Real, man.
To be honest, both of Loma's losses have an asterisk beside it. The first one he got hit with 1,000 body shots to the nuts, and then the second one,
bro, he lost.
The second one he had a bad injury. Listen.
Hear the man out. Hear the man out.
Listen.
Okay. So let's erase Cambosis.
Hold on, OG. Let him get his shit off.
Nah, but listen, it was off. It was evident because he had surgery right after. Number one. Number two, he didn't get off until the 6th round. From the 6th round to the 11th round, who was dominating that fight? And that was evident, man.
He lost the last round too. I don't think
you said 6 to the 11. How many rounds is that?
5.
That's 5.
That's 5. If you would have got that 12th round, then we'll be talking a different story.
We'd be talking draw, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, we'll be talking a draw. It won't even be. Okay, maybe they would have got another fight. You know what I'm saying?
But you get what I'm saying, right?
The only thing I'm saying is T.O. had a medical problem too, but people want to take it because he was bleeding in the ring and he said he think he won 11-2. He clearly lost the fight.
Yeah,
Loma lost the fight.
T.O. should have pulled out of that fight. He could have died.
So look, how about we entertain this idea, right? So say the next fight is Devin.
Wait, hold on before you continue.
No, hold on.
All right, hold on.
Continue.
Go ahead, Boxing Nerd. I had a question before Boxing Nerd go. Go ahead, Boxing.
Did you say he said 11-2?
Who said 11-2, dog?
Did he say 11-2 for real?
Yeah. He said 11-2 post fight.
Oh, he was out of it then. Damn.
He said I won 11-2 and then he changed it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Team T.O. Man, I still fuck with Lopez, dog. But I wanted to ask Boxing Nerd. You got Loma in that fight, so
yes, sir.
What do you see Loma's advantages when it comes to Devin Haney? What do you think he does better than Devin at this point?
That left
hand, because check this out, Boxing Nerd. Because Devin has been able to do something Lomachenko has been incapable of doing in his career, and that became undisputed.
No doubt.
Preach.
That's true. I can't even say none to that.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
No. You told me to let him go. Let him rip, dog. Let Boxing Nerd go.
Yo, don't forget your thought. Don't forget your thought. We saw a very, very glaring defensive flaws against Jojo Diaz, who was also a southpaw and not on the pedigree that Loma is. So we're taking a step higher when it comes to Loma against Devin Haney. What do you think Loma's gonna do? Jojo was catching him later in the fight with left hands all night, and he was not making any effective adjustments to avoid that left hand, that left hook, that overhand left. That's Loma's bread and butter. And I don't even think Devin can just stop him or drop him or hurt him at all. So Loma's gonna be on your tail, switching stances, not switching stances, but giving you angles, spinning around you, like doing ballerina dances around Devin. I don't think you can control him with his jab like that. Loma's head movement is amazing too. He's gonna be a matrix. It might be one-sided, and Devin's great for sure. I hope he makes the adjustments to make it a good fight, but Loma's different, man. A healthy Loma is different.
I think Devin beat him 7-5.
Go ahead, Blunt.
All right, so here's what I wanted. OG said,
Hey, appreciate that, boxing nerd.
No worries.
OG said Devin did something Loma was unable to do, which was become undisputed. But when I think about that, I think about the fact that at the time belts were in different places, and
I said Devin was able to do.
Right, Devin,
not Loma was.
You said Devin was able to do something Loma was unable to do, which was become undisputed.
Correct.
But at that time, there was the belts were in different places. And then there was all this franchise belt shit and all that shit. So all I'm saying is Devin had to just go have, that one fight and snatch them belts up. Yeah.
Okay. Check this out. So if you're talking about Devin collecting all the belts, well, Lomachenko had 3/4 of the belts, really. All he had to do was fight Teofimo for the IBF, and that was
an in-house fight to give it to Loma so that he could just force Devin into what they're doing to Bud right now. To be truthfully honest with you, and Tio changed the game. That's what really happened.
They set up the fight for Loma to face Teofimo Lopez because that was in the plan, and they decided to elevate Lomachenko and allow Devin to be elevated to WBC. But in reality, this is what I'm talking about. Lomachenko didn't get it done. He wasn't able to get it done, and Devin was. He came from the rear all the way to the front of the line and got the shit done. So he has been able to accomplish something that Lomachenko didn't. With 3 divisions, he has not became undisputed in one of those divisions.
Do y'all believe that if this was Kambosos and Loma instead of Kambosos and Devin, Loma would have had the same outcome as Devin?
Definitely.
Loma would have stopped him.
I don't know if Loma would have stopped him because Kambosos is a warrior.
What do y'all?
Kambosos is a warrior, man. I don't know if he would have stopped him.
I think he would have stopped him.
I don't know he would have stopped. I know he would have beat him, but I
think it would have been a TKO stoppage. Honestly,
I mean, to be truthfully honest with you, bro, since the Tio fight, like the chink in the armor, like Kambosos would have been like he think he could stop Loma after he dropped Tio.
Probably. What do y'all see?
But he didn't drop Devin though. You know what I'm saying?
No, he didn't drop Devin, but I'm just saying, like, if he was going to fight Loma, like, his confidence would have been through the fucking roof.
Tio was coming in recklessly with his hands down, not even going behind the jab, and he just ran into an overhand right.
Yeah.
That'll drop anybody.
We can also talk about Tio's father. We can talk about Tio's father's instructions in the corner as well. You know what I'm saying? And how he fueled Tio to make the decisions that he made when we talk about
neither of their heads were in the fight, honestly.
On elite levels and shit.
I don't think neither of their heads were in the fight.
But what do y'all say? This is what I really wanted to get to was what we talking about Loma and y'all. Nerd got Loma. Rakeem in the chat had Loma. Y'all got Devin. What do y'all see if that shit ends up being a draw? Y'all see Devin remaining at 135 to have a rematch fight with Loma?
Nah, he looked like a skeleton last fight. I don't know if he had a nutritionist.
He looked extremely dry. Go ahead, nerd. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying he looked horrible. I don't know if his nutritionist went on a hiatus or went on a vacation because the first time he made 135 against Kambosos, he looked all right. We had concerns, but the weigh-in pictures, good lord.
Yeah, he did look super dry this time, sunken in. But they was in somebody else's backyard. So you talking about the rest of these fights being over in the U.S. So let's see how he looks against Lomachenko.
And the food's different over there too. So
yeah, the food's different and all that. Yeah. The flight, water retention, all this other shit.
The sleeping. The patterns that's different.
What if the outcome of that first fight is a draw?
I mean, that's a hypothetical, a prognostication.
Dang, yo, bro, what's with all these big words, man? I need a dictionary, bro. Jeez. I've never heard that word. What does that word mean? Like, that's just like an assumption, like a hypothesis.
What, prognostication?
Like
yeah, prognostication is like predicting something that hasn't happened.
Okay.
Well, we predicting, we got who y'all got. Y'all saying one side, we got 2 people saying Devin, we got 2 people saying Loma. I'm saying, what, you know what I'm saying? That's y'all, what's the word? Procrastination on a win for your side. What happens if it's a draw? You know what
I mean, it'll be interesting because I would say it like I said before. I think if it's a draw or if Devin win and he don't want to face Lomachenko because of the weight situation, vacate the belts and move on. It's plenty of people that never defended the belts and moved up. But Devin, he defended them once. He don't have nothing else to prove it lightweight. It's done. So if you want to drop the belts, look, if you want to drop the belts after having a draw with Lomachenko, why not? It opens up the whole division, bro.
Yeah, Ryan.
Well, hey, you heard what he just said post-fight press conference. He said, listen, it's a lot of money at 135, a lot of big fights at 135. And for all intents and purposes, he's staying. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they want to make up the money that they lost fighting Kambosos for pennies. You know what I'm saying? They want to make that money back. Why not? That's what they do.
He's going for legacy while Tank and Ryan are trying to be exhibition fighters.
So when I
heard that, bro, I don't knock that neither though. To be truly honest with you, like
when I heard that, it made me think that if Devin does stay at 135,
yeah,
even past Loma, that he wouldn't be fighting that often because he's undisputed champion. So he's only gonna every time he fights, he only gonna have to cut weight once or twice a year. You know what I'm saying, right?
Correct.
So that might not be too bad for him in his mind. I don't know that, you know what I'm saying, but
I think he has two more big fights to make that money back that they lost in that contract with Kambosos because they took like 2-point-some million or whatever. I mean, a very low purse for the fight of that magnitude. So let's just say he get Lomachenko and then possibly one of the bigger names like Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, somebody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Somebody.
So if we say that, then that means for Devin to either get, somebody like Shakur or Tank after Loma, then who would Shakur and Tank have to fight to put them in position to get that fight with Devin?
Tank's position right now.
Understand, he's coming up as a champion.
I'm saying, well, not. I'm saying like, and during that time, in between time, who would that Tank would fight Ryan, and then probably be on the table for Devin, or would Tank have to fight one more time after Ryan before being on the table for Devin? After
I have
Devin,
no idea.
You know what I'm saying? And then who do you think that opponent would be after Ryan? I mean, who do you think Shakur is gonna have to fight coming up, and then fight another fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, what order is that? It's gonna have to go up in competition for you to get to the undisputed champion. Shakur got a few fights at 135 before he's in. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be 3 or 4 fights, and Devin's on a different type of time pace. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about pace right now, as far as how would that meet up if Devin's on the time schedule of Loma and then one more of you top dudes. You know what I'm saying? But it can't be. I don't think it would be Shakur because Shakur is just getting to the division. He's gonna have to get acclimated, then fight a few. You know what I mean?
Wow, he was a WBC and the WBO 130-pound champion. Why he have to get acclimated? He can fight one. Look, he can fight one fight while Devin is getting ready for Lomachenko, and then they can set that shit up for him and Devin. He don't have to really. I mean, he was a champion at 130, bro. He don't have to take no 4 fights.
We know that, but as you would say, the hocus pocus of boxing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Focus, but
so it's gonna be some hocus pocus.
But they signed the top rank, bro.
So
they signed the top rank.
So apparently, for one more fight, Devin is But when it comes,
they're gonna stay where the money at. If it's for one more fight,
I think they're gonna re-sign. I think they're gonna re-sign with Bob.
Just to me, but like when it comes to Tank, like Tank's in position right now. He's the money guy, bro.
Okay. So he would fight. Ryan, and then but before Tank fights again after Ryan, I would expect maybe Devin would fight Loma because Loma's getting ready to get with Ortiz coming up. You know what I'm saying? And then Loma's gonna be waiting. Devin's just getting finished, so that's got to be the next. We know that's probably gonna be the next fight. You know what I'm saying?
But like I said, it's all about if Lomachenko can get past Jermaine Ortiz because it mixes things up. If he loses to Ortiz, that fight is off between him and Devin. It's off.
Do you really? Damn.
Yeah, it's off.
It's off. Yeah, and then
that's a question for Nerd. Nerd, what you see coming up for for Loma and Ortiz. He probably
Nurse.
off. Probably stepped off.
Nerd in there getting that.
So sorry, my bad. Say again.
Thought Nerd was getting some nerd real quick. Some brain. Had the mic on mute, getting some nerd shit. Goddamn.
Ask again, bro.
What you got? How you see this going? Because right now I'm trying to figure out. If Devin's next fight is gonna be Loma, OG saying if Loma gets past Ortiz,
More
then
likely when he gets past.
Well, that's the question. Do you think Loma's gonna get past Ortiz?
Yes.
Both of them being called the technician. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So we assuming that fight happens next. Devin, you know what I'm saying, probably remains at 135 for one more top guy. Tank fight, assuming Tank fights Ryan coming up in December. He's kind of on the same ball, time frame as these other two guys, you know what I'm saying? But Tank would have to take an opponent around the time that Devin would fight Loma, right? So
yes,
who would we see Tank fighting around that time to put him up on the table for Devin? Probably a Cruz rematch.
More than likely. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I didn't even think about that. A Cruz rematch, probably.
Because Cruz is looking crazy right now.
Cruz looking
Cruz still has momentum coming off the Yorkis Gamboa fight, even though, Gamboa is pretty much over the hill.
He was over the hill after Terrence.
Yeah, but man, come on, that's been 8 years ago. Stop it, bro. Stop.
No,
it.
but like he was never.
He wasn't over the hill. He was undefeated.
No. After the fight, I'm talking about after the fight. He was done after that.
He's seemed never like won a gatekeeper since then. OG.
Man,
exactly.
A gatekeeper. What?
Yeah, like he seemed like
Crawford ruined his career.
So has he lost every fight after Crawford?
He maybe won one, but he got knocked out.
Lose every fight after Crawford.
He won one fight after Crawford. He's been 1-5 in his last 6 fights.
That's really bad.
Hey, all I'm saying is when it comes to what Bluntz was talking about, who's in line? Okay, we got to wait on Jermaine Ortiz for Loma. If Loma lose, then that doesn't mean Ortiz get the shot at Devin. It's just basically saying, okay, now Top Rank makes it easier to set up a big fight between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson.
He won 1, 2, 3, lost that 4, 5, 6, 7. He won 7 fights after he lost to Crawford. He won 1 in between, and then he just went on a 3-fight losing streak. Yeah, that Cruz knockout was that. I feel like that's gonna hang it up for him. That was cold.
But he's still at 135 though. If he ain't announced his retirement, he's still there.
Yeah.
Right.
So that doesn't mean that Keyshawn Davis or anybody won't fight Yorkis Gamboa. He's still there. You know what I'm saying? He's still there.
If Keyshawn fights him, that's just elderly abuse. We'll be real, man.
For real. Gamboa gonna have his hands down and shit. Just letting.
So what was it when Cruz fought him? Because he's young too.
Come on now, it's the same thing.
Cruz is young too. A young assassin, man.
Yeah, man. Cruz. They're just feeding Cruz some good fights to get him on a KO streak, so he would have merit to fight Tank again. They think we're stupid.
Yeah.
They think we're stupid.
Because Gamboa fought Tank, then he fought Haney, and then he fought Cruz. So, I mean that makes perfect sense.
They think we don't have any brain cells, but it's okay. We don't have brain cells. That's fine.
I mean, they're gonna give you some matchups that you're not expecting, man. That's what I'm thinking. Like Michelle Rivera's fight this past weekend. Man, it was. I ain't gonna lie, man. That was a bit, bland.
A mismatch.
All right,
it was a bit bland to me. You know what I'm saying? But you got the Kambosos. Kambosos not retiring. That doesn't mean he can't be somebody to step in there and fight.
He's a B- fighter at best.
Yeah, but still, he's a 135-pounder, former unified undisputed champion too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got Rolly. Rolly's still out there.
Oh God.
Rolly's still out there, man.
I forgot about that guy, honestly.
You know what I'm saying?
Rolly
Rolly's
the
still
fight
out there.
score. Oh man, come on, man. Shit,
You have no
Yo,
idea
hey, Jojo Diaz,
how much
dog.
hype, how much hype that would build up.
That would
Rolly
be
and
crazy.
Stevenson,
Oh man, dog. We already know is that man.
Rolly Romero and Shakur Stevenson, man.
Yo, what if
hype.
Rolly catches him with something silly?
Hell nah, dog.
Hey, I'm just saying that pool
It's
counter,
boxing, man.
that pool counter Stevenson, he's just right outside. Man, come on, man.
Yo, is Jojo Diaz still at 135?
Yeah, he's still at 135. Hell yeah.
There you go.
Jojo Diaz for who?
Anybody?
Yo, I have a serious question for the panel, not to get too off topic.
What's up?
How many pay-per-views do you think Wilder did this past weekend?
I don't know, and I'm bad with those numbers. Maybe they can answer. I don't know, man.
I honestly think he probably did no more than 150, and I'm being nice.
Damn. Yeah,
Because over here in Canada, it was like $100.
For real?
What?
Yeah, man.
What?
You be buying that shit?
No. Yo, here's the thing. I was gonna try and work for some money to be able to buy and support, but I didn't get no job to work nothing. So
like that. It be like this real life. It be like that sometimes, man.
and apparently where I live right now is probably like the worst place to live when it comes to like real estate. We're the worst in the world right now.
Damn.
Because we have to be like my downtown. We have to be working upwards of 90,000 to be able to make a decent living downtown Toronto. So
I like New York.
Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, New York is another story, man. New York's a different story.
That's where I live at.
Oh man. So yeah, but back to the Loma Devin talk.
Wow, they got damn. So they put Shakur Stevenson ranked 4 in the WBC at 135 already.
I mean, yeah, why not?
I mean, he was champion. He was a champion at 130.
Yeah. Isn't he pound for pound in some of the rankings?
What you mean pound for pound in what?
Like in one of the isn't he top rank making pound for pound? Like isn't he like number 10?
I don't know. I don't even look at that. I don't even look at that shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn.
So who's your pound for pound number 1 to everybody? Because I got Terrence. Yeah. I could put Usyk there because Terrence hasn't fought.
Got Bud.
Yeah, I'm Bud number 1 till I'm probably change my pound for pound probably like sometime top of next year. But right now it's Bud.
Okay.
But shit, that's about it, man. I think, Bud, he pretty much should be unanimous, man. Just the longevity of it. He ain't been that active. That's why I'm going to just sit back and wait and see what go on, see if anything get announced, for like top of next year, something like that. But, right now, shit, I don't know. I think we in for a hell of a year next year as far as boxing goes.
Was last weekend like one of the best weekends in boxing in like the past few years when it comes to like the amount of cards that we're in? You don't think so?
You said few years? Nah.
What weekend in boxing was better than that? There was 3 different cards on. Devin Haney, Kambosos undisputed, Carissa Shields undisputed, Alicia Baumgartner, and Michaela Mero unified champions. There was so much on the line this past weekend. And then Wilder coming back from a devastating loss.
Like,
I look at it earlier this year.
It was, you had 3 black fighters headlining on 3 different continents. That was big for boxing.
That's
crazy.
true.
I didn't even think about that, dog.
Australia, America. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
That was big for boxing.
Oh shit, right there.
Really big for boxing. Like I did some shit on it. Like not that, but it was big for boxing, bro. Like when you got to look at it in this whole. Like let's not talk about these fantasy fights. This was big for boxing, and on some real shit, I kept talking about it, and World Combat kept being like, "Pop, I know what you're saying," but I was like, 3 black fighters, 3 different continents,
And they all took dubs.
They only gave him a week. Well, I get the girl, like the females had a whole week or like 3 weeks before the queen died. So that's different. They already had a promotion. But with the PBC card loaded as it was, and then Devin Haney in Australia on the second fight, and they was cheering Devin Haney like he was from there. Like to get a week of promotion was just, it felt like it was kind of point.
Hey, did anybody know? Did you notice how fast they was moving them? The female card.
Hell
I
yeah!
feel like they moved that shit hella quick. Like they got them fights out the way. They wasn't wasting no time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you already a month behind, bro. Like these girls had to make weight, then postpone the whole.
I'm talking about that night. I'm talking about with like as the actual fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, as soon as one fight got done,
the
next girls was in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they was getting their ass. They was getting their ass up out of there as soon as the fight over. Hey,
not to mention there was like 2-minute rounds, and then.
Well, yeah, you still got you. They on the same card as. Well, they on the same promotion as the Devin Haney fight. So you got to give people, you know.
I think they were
almost gave me
nah. They on 2 different continents, and that fight was hours after.
Yeah,
like
Sky
that
Sports
was literally, yeah. But I know what you're saying, Blunt's like.
Yeah.
Right when that fight was over, damn near the other girls was doing their ring walk as the girl walking out. You know, are they clearing the ring and shit? They was bringing them fights in back to back, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
you watch these other fights and you got to wait in between time with commercials and all kind of shit. Like it wasn't none of that. They wasn't playing. Next fight up, and next thing, Alicia and them was in the ring. I was like, shit, we getting the action.
Yeah, that was really the showcase. Like, to be honest, and it wasn't even like no slight to the other girls that was on the undercard because they still showed out. Like the boy's little sister, and the females that came on after her, like all of them did good showings. But that shit was about Alicia Baumgardner and Michaela Mayer and Clarissa Shields and Marshall. That's what that shit was about. You know, it was about them. So, you know, they was moving them in and out. As soon as that fight was over, shit, they bringing them in. So, hell yeah, that was. And that Clarissa, that was like performance of the night for me. Like she beat the shit out of Marshall.
Hey, Tim Bradley was getting on my motherfucking nerves, bro. I was like, if you don't shut your bitch ass up, all this, if you don't get off the ropes, if you don't shut your bitch ass up, just because she on the ropes don't mean shit. Like he was trying.
She really did Sugar Ray Leonard there. She really did Sugar Ray Leonard there for real.
I'm like, man, she was working on the ropes. Connecting, precision, punching her ass. That shit was crazy. Face was all red, whole body was red. I'm like, bruh, Tim Bradley need to stop it, bruh.
So was Caleb playing the knockout of the night and the year?
The year?
I don't know, man. What about Tank? What about what Tank did? Tank turned Rolly to a meme so quick, dog.
Nah.
That's a candidate.
Plant made him go to sleep. Plant made him go to sleep. Rolly got up. Plant made him go to sleep.
That was a crazy knockout. It been a few good little knockouts, like what you call it knocked out.
The only reason I call it of the year is because no one saw that coming. No one saw Plant hitting him like that.
Yeah, I thought he was going to box him, honestly.
Nah, what you call it got his ass knocked out this year on that DAZN card. Fuck, what was that dude's name? Got his ass knocked out the ring. Shit. That shit. Then you got.
What about that? It was that white boy Richard who they put him in there with some fluff ass Mexican dude.
Yeah, Richard Torres. Nah, Richard Torres is a Mexican. He knocked out a white dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was a cold ass knockout. Fuck that rematch. Little Ali Walsh, he knocked dude the fuck out. That was man. Charlo stopping motherfucking Castaño. That was a good ass knockout. But that's probably a good ass candidate, Caleb Plant, man.
I just say it because everything that came behind it.
Exactly. Just all the animosity, and I heard the audio of Dirrell actually saying it. Thanks to World Combat Sports and some other channels.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
I heard the audio. It wasn't a video. It was an audio of him doing an interview and talking about, I won't let a white boy beat me. Never have and never will. And he got slept. I don't even call Caleb a white boy like that. He's invited to the barbecue any day. That guy's black.
Man, he a white boy, dog. Like,
but you know what I'm getting, right? Like,
yeah, he cool.
Yeah, he's the white boy, but that's your nigga though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you introduce him, you like, yo, this my nigga right here, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, not this my man's or this my guy. You know what I mean? Like, this my nigga right here, dog. Like,
shit, I introduce
black,
everybody
black kids. You know what I'm saying? My man's just black.
Nah, I don't do that.
Shoe collection is crazy, though.
I ain't gonna do all that, but shit, yeah, he come to the, he brings, you know what I mean, come to the barbecue and shit, but
yeah, you know, black to an extent, you know what I'm saying? Now, you ain't gonna get too comfortable and start saying all kinds of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Caleb Plant getting the fuck with us because he know who he is. Like he understand.
Yeah.
Like he from Nashville, bro. Like I know white boys from the South. Like so, I know how Caleb Plant is. That's why it's like he not trying to be that. That's just is who he is. You know, he's a product
that's just in his blood. Yeah. No, but have you ever seen a white man move like Caleb does? Like he embodies the whole black slick boxer.
Yeah, hell yeah. I done seen motherfuckers move like him. Hell yeah.
White man? Who?
White boy, what's the white boy name? Lil Luciano? Cold ass defense, slick than a bitch. He an older fighter. Nicolani Lucci.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I got you.
Could move, like, yeah, slick than a bitch. But yeah, Caleb Plant, he got a nice little style. But you know, he was in that bitch with Breadman. Breadman teach the science, bro. So man, he used it, bro. That double hook.
Jeez, that was Mike Tyson-esque. I was watching some highlights. I was just like, oh, that's what Caleb did last weekend. That body to the head. Ooh.
And I ain't gonna lie, that reminded me of Antonio Barrera. He used to kill that hook crazy to the body. Boom, double it up. It was nasty.
It reminded me of James. Like it reminds somebody of everybody, but it reminded me of James Toney.
Oh yeah, because James Toney was giving him tips a couple years back. Yeah, I remember that.
He ain't take that advice because he would have beat Canelo.
Of course, man.
I mean, bro, when he was fighting, like I got some clips. I just think like Floyd said some shit before, but people just didn't understand like the moment be too big.
But he made Dirrell turn over. Like, you know, when you sleeping on one side of the bed and then you turn over with the cover. he made Dirrell turn over with the covers.
I mean, that's what I meant. To me, there's gonna be memes of Dirrell having cover over when we hit him and he turned over and you sleep on the side. Like all of the shit talking. Like Caleb was just like yo, bro, like why you making this a race thing against me? Like my wife white, my trainers. I mean, my wife black, my trainer's black. Exactly. Most of my friends are black. I ride around in 6'4" and shit like that. I'm from Tennessee. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Air Jordans every single day. Like, come on now, man.
Like, what are you talking about, bro? You just got I'm not the culture vulture, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
I'm about this life for real.
Man, that nigga got knocked out, fell flat on his back, and somehow still ended up ass up. That shit crazy.
Yeah, he got tired. Yo, he went to sleep. You know what happens when you go to sleep? Like you fall out, like when you drunk or you high, you fall out on the couch laying back.
Man, they said they gave that boy 100 count.
You know what's crazy? Every time Bernard said he wouldn't let a white boy beat him, he got whooped. Every single time. Man. Every single time he said it, he got whooped by the white boy.
I mean, I guess like for some reason
he was old as shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you some real shit right now. I'm gonna tell you what Dirrell thought. Like this shit is funny, and it's been going on lately. He thought his blackness was gonna win the fight.
Oh my god!
This is not the great white height with Damon Wayans and Homeboy. He thought his blackness was you a bitch. You let somebody slap you.
That nigga was like, nigga slapped me, might have got killed, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? White boy ain't never beat me, and I don't plan on letting the white boy whooping me.
No, but
a few moments later,
what was the
hook to the body, hook to the chin, and a coma you went to, nigga. Your brother had to jump up there and be like, "Stay strong" before you responded. Get the fuck out of here.
God, man.
Yeah,
he was burying him, and then in the post fight, he was just like, "Oh, I was just burying the beef between us." I was like, "That's cold."
I mean, bro, like, what would like? He didn't even get like
that was just the media response, blood. He put that nigga in the dirt. He was putting that.
He's
nigga
from
in
Texas, so that's what they say in Texas, bro.
Putting that nigga Tennessee.
He's from Tennessee.
Oh,
he put that nigga in the dirt, though. That was
he from Nashville. From Nashville, where they got nigga the best fried chicken in the motherfucking South.
Okay, I'm coming. I mean?
I'm coming. If yo ever go to Nashville, go to Prince's Chicken. That's the best chicken I done ever ate in my whole life, nigga. Prince's Chicken in Nashville. For sure.
I'm definitely coming.
That was Ivan Drago shit, dog. I'm telling you.
If he dies, he dies for real.
Absolutely, bro. Getting the shirts made and all that shit, dog. He meant business, dog. Like, look, I'm gonna do something to you, dog. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. People kind of underestimate Plant because of how we look. Like, and it ain't like I just see it like this, man. Some people don't like people being comfortable with who they are, you know, and who they is. Just like, you know, Wilder showing who he is. They see Wilder crying and all that shit. You know, being human, they talk shit about that shit. They don't like motherfuckers being who they are. I think that's what's wrong with people, probably because they hiding who they really is. But when you got people like Plant and shit, hell, people like Bud, who just personality is what it is. You know what I mean? And people it just don't sit well. It don't rub well with some people. But I think like people got to grow the fuck up. And like I was hearing a lot of people before Caleb Plant knocked Dirrell out, like, man, I don't like Caleb Plant either. I don't know why, like this and that. I don't. But now he sparked Dirrell ass out. Everybody love him now.
Yeah, get out of here with that.
He loved before he sparked this nigga out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I really heard
big fan.
he was gonna win.
I was a fan when I watched the Jose Uskotsky fight like a couple years back, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's nice, man."
And they super thought he was gonna lose because of that conversation he had with Canelo in the ring. That's why a lot of people don't like him too.
I was hoping for years that he would sit down on his punches because I knew he had power from the way he used to hit guys back in the day. Like, I'm glad he switched trainers though.
Yeah, Breadman, yeah. Breadman, one of them guys. He helped Tank out for a lot of fights. What was his name? Julian Jackson. Tank. Sean Porter. Yeah, he got a lot of experience with, you know, championship level. You know, and I think it's good that he kind of got to show that off, you know, in an impressive victory with this one right here.
No doubt.
Other than that, like, I don't know, man. What else? Like, what y'all think about the Alicia Baumgartner fight?
Oh, I'll be honest, bro. 6'4" for Alicia. 6'4".
6'4", maybe 7'3". That was the only fight the whole day that had me up and yelling the entire time. I was screaming at the phone, "Whoop that bitch!"
I think May could have been a little bit more professional on that fight. I think we're like, I had a 6'4" too. I was watching the fight with a female, and she was like, "You had a 6'4"? I said, "Yeah, I had a 6'4" because she's so busy. They may give her like a round or two that you think that, you know, Alicia won. They might have gave it Maya, but I think she could have been more professional when she lost.
It was genuine hate, so I understand.
That's the only thing that's blowing my mind is like, damn, this bitch really delusional, bro. Every time I see in the interview, talking about, I saw her face. I could see it in her eyes. I saw her at the end of the fight. She looked like she lost the fight. Like, bitch, was you fighting with tarot cards in your motherfucking socks, bitch?
All she
She had
was
the
doing
crystal
really
ball in
was
the back.
just constantly jabbing, but jabs don't really win fights like that.
Like a motherfucking behavioral psychologist or something. What the fuck do you
No,
mean?
but like boxing her,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Or like she was because she's so busy. That's how she won a lot of fights, just being busy.
Nah, but she didn't even fight like how she usually fight, and
tell you at all.
that's how I know. That's how I know she lost. Like when I see Michaela Mayer, bro, she throw way more punches in that. She way more busy with that right hand. She was overdoing it with the jabs because she kept getting countered. She couldn't really find her way
And
for that
Alicia
right
was
hand to land.
moving.
Granted, she did land it, but like
Alicia
I
was
felt
moving,
like,
that's why.
especially them end rounds, them last three, I gave Alicia like the first three, and I gave her the last three. But I ain't even mad if people gave it a draw because it was kind of close. But them late rounds, like she just edged them. Harder punchers had her bleeding.
That's the money round.
All that shit. So and and I got an APB out, man. Where go that, man? That nigga owe me money on that fight. Man, go. You hear me? You flying around these panels, man. Hey, I need my chips with dip.
Real.
Alicia, I want to date. I want to take her on a date. Yo, she's so fine.
Goddamn.
Yeah,
She know how to sell a fight, bro. She know how to get you to come watch her fight when she wear them down, them ass out.
I don't know what she was doing with that. That was crazy. I don't know. She didn't have nothing on.
She know what she doing. She telling you, listen, come over here, watch this pretty ass, whoop on this ugly bitch. That's what she knows she doing.
You know exactly what she.
I mean, she pretty. She got them hands. She got a little ass. Like,
come over here, watch
she
bitch.
wasn't fighting in the thong. You know what I mean? She wasn't fighting in the thong. So
I knew Michaela was going to lose when I seen how early she was gloved up. Because recently, the fighters that I be seeing that's gloved up dumb early before they getting ready to fight, they be losing.
They nervous.
Yeah, and there's something going on with their ass. She was sitting there with her gloves on for a last minute, and I seen Alicia was just chilling in her hand wrap still. I'm like, man, she ain't finna win this fight.
yeah, Blunts. It was like if you seen it, like how we had noticed that they kept bringing them fights in and out. They did slow that shit down when it was Alicia and them time to come. Like I was like, damn, they playing a lot of fucking commercials. Like when they gonna get in here and fight? So
the only thing with Alicia, she needs to move her head though. She was
let me ask you a question.
Alicia, I ain't gonna lie, she like that's how I know she won because she always fight like that. The thing she need to stop doing, or she need to learn how to do, is apply pressure. Like she good at countering and she good at standing her ground. But she gotta apply that pressure.
Walk her down though.
Them shots, like she admire her work too much.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
The fight I think it might have been the fight right before Alicia and them when the girl had the big gash in her fucking head.
Yeah, that was banging.
Do you think that was one of the fights of the night? Like, I mean, because I watched the whole female card with Wifey. She was like, holy shit, I've never seen a girl with a big chest, so she was just going for her.
Didn't she win the fight?
Man,
yes, she won the fight too. With that big ass, like, she had like she might like fuck stitches. She might even get staples for that gas she had in her head.
No, you'd have to get staples for that.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Don't none of that shit top Clarissa shit, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. First round, when Clarissa was punching on her fucking head, that looked like I started watching that shit like in round 5, bro. Clarissa hitting her with some shit. I'm like, damn, she might stop her. Like, that shit was crazy. Clarissa hit her with way harder. Like, she hit the bigger puncher with bigger punches throughout the fight. Like,
I get that. Like, I'm just like, homegirl not giving up and having a fucking 2 to 3 inch hole in her fucking head and still beating that girl ass and basically making that, like, you could see through the fight that girl was just starting to quit. She was trying to cheat. She was trying to do a whole bunch of shit. She was just beating that girl ass with a big ass gash in her damn head.
Motherfucker gotta learn how to duck.
Like I just felt like you know what I'm saying, like home, like if it was a man that done that shit, we'd be talking about like, yo, he was a warrior, like And homegirl was pretty that done that shit. Like she was pretty as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like this 3-inch hole in her fucking head. That bitch out there beating that bitch ass. I was just like, that was impressive to me.
Yeah, I seen that fight, but I wasn't watching it, cause shit, I was at work and I'm a barber, so I'm cutting hair. The only reason why I watched Clarissa and Alicia fight, cause I made my clients hold the phone, like hold that shit up while I'm cutting. Like,
bro, if you get a chance, go back and watch that fight, and you see that girl get that big ass gash in her head in like the first or second round.
Yeah, I seen it, but
and beat her ass.
Yeah, I wasn't zoned in. I kept
like she beat her ass, bro. Like homegirl was like trying to do like sneaky shit to like make her bleed and like try to get the fight, try to get disqualified. It's like homegirl just beat her ass. If it would have been a 12-round fight, she would have submitted. But after 10 rounds, she just got her ass whooped. Probably was like 8-2. With a big ass gash in her head. That was impressive to me.
Speaking of gashes in the head, did Kambosos have a fat ass gash in the side of his head too?
Yeah.
I was wondering what that came from. Like,
I think it came from a headbutt. I think it came from a headbutt. But when it comes to the side of the head, like that don't interfere with your eyesight. They may say like you lose enough blood, but it don't interfere with your eyesight. You feel what I'm saying?
Yo, Devin looked like he was gonna stop him in the 10th round, bro.
He did. That's what I was saying. Devin was he wasn't like pot shotting and using his jab. He was throwing bombs trying to take Kambosos out of there.
He should have walked him down though. He ain't walked him down. Like he was doing the same thing Alicia did, like to a higher, higher level. Like, but he just stood his ground. Like he didn't apply the pressure. If he would have applied pressure, like Kambosos would have went down, and he didn't use that left hook. Like Bill was telling them. Bill was telling them to throw that left hook. Devin was falling in love with the right hand. But if he would have finished every combination with the right hand left hook, he probably would have stopped him, dropped him.
I mean, to be truly honest with you, he beat him up. He was in better condition. Devin only landed, if I'm not mistaken, 7 body shots, man. Like, he was headhunting that night.
Yeah, like but that's why I'm saying that. That's why when people speak of the science, bro, that's the science. Like adding little small things in to break a fighter down. Devin's still learning on the job because he's still young, and people seem to kind of forget because he undisputed already, but he's still learning each fight, getting better each fight, going back, watching the tape and fixing and knowing what he needs to do better in the next outcome. So I can expect him to be better than this fight.
I ain't saying nothing about that, bro. I'm just saying, like, I think that Devin, I think the game plan was different. I think when Devin got in that fucking ring, he was like, I'm taking this motherfucking head off. Just like how we say that, like, sometimes it's just like Big Blunts was saying, like, when you got a trainer that's telling you this and that, and the fighter, and like, we was like, the fighter's like, I ain't listening to that nigga, man. I'm about to take this fucking head off right now.
He need to listen. He needed to. That's what I was saying. These young dudes, they not listening to their corners, and they making the fight harder than what it is. And Virgil said it. Keyshawn in his last fight said it. Like, they be just in their own zone feeling like they can do it, but you got a corner for a reason. You paying them for a reason. Listen to your other set of eyes. You know what I mean? And they will get the job done better. And they always said after the fight, Devin said the same thing. He said, I fell in love with the right hand. My dad was telling me to use the left. Throw that left hook. You know what I mean? They got to start listening. That's when they going to get better. So that they just young. That's just the inexperience showing, thinking they knowing a lot, but they still young. They still learning. But, they going to get that shit done right, man. Because, they see it right after the fight. They understand it. Like, yeah, my pops was telling me to do that, but I wasn't listening. But
I was trying to take his head off. I want this knockout on my record. I'm about to knock this bitch ass nigga the fuck out. Like, he can't hurt me. He can't do nothing. He can't hurt me. Can't hit me. Can't do nothing.
Had he listened, he probably would have got that knockout that he wanted.
Exactly, but he was trying to do it his way. He wasn't going to the body to like wear him out and beat him down. Like he was just looking for a big shot with the overhand right or the straight right down the middle and knock him out. Which I say Devin ain't had a knockout in what 2.5, almost 3 years now. And then when the niggas that you knocked out they were nobody, so like you're not a knockout artist to know when to get somebody into trouble and to just beat them down like that.
I mean, and some of the niggas he did knocked out, when we look at Linares, all his losses is knockouts minus Devin. We look at Gamboa, same thing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he young, bro. Like he still got things he need to work on. And at the end of the day, I feel like sometimes that's what people need to see. Understand that he's 24. He not that. If we can sit here and we can talk about Boots being the same age, and he still got certain things he need to work on. There's some of these guys that's older than him, and they still got things they need to work on. They just haven't been able to reach or get the accolades Devin had. So he at the elite level still learning, and that's just show how good he is if he already doing what he's doing right now. So I think like I want to see him fight Lomachenko, and then some people think he might need to fight Shakur. Want to see him fight Shakur. I want to see him go up to 140 and beat the shit out of Tio. Then my next two fights I want to see Devin do, and then everybody else is like, line him up. But I think he needs to, shut them, like them the two guys that really, kind of got Devin in this position as far as thinking he is the most ducked, or the two guys that disrespected him when they was at that level. Devin can easily Lomachenko come get this smoke, beat his ass, go up. Josh Taylor drop his belt. I guess him and Tio could fight for that vacant, because Devin don't need to go to 140 if it ain't for no title. You undisputed. What you look like going to 140 not fighting for nothing? You know what I mean? For one or two fights. Man, see who get a hold of them belts. See if you can get a chance to get a vacant and go run that bitch. First fight, become another champion, because that's what he built on. That's what he need. He got that hardware. He can prove it in the ring. Ain't no going up, getting acclimated and all that. We know what Devin doing. They say he beating these big ass niggas up in sparring and in the gym. So you undisputed, just like when Bud went up, he got that title shot. It's different from Shakur. He was just unified. And then he talk about he want to get acclimated to the weight. Fuck it. You do that, and then he probably can fight Lomachenko or something a little later down the line. But I want to see Devin fight Lomachenko. Beat him up and move up. And let them boys down there, make their name, do what they want to do. But even if Devin don't fight at 135 again, shit. I don't know. If Devin don't fight at 135 next, I think we might not see him for maybe like a year. But if he had one stay at 135, we probably see him sooner than later.
Hell yeah. I think you're right.
Scotty, you still on?
Nigga probably eating something.
Yeah, he probably doing some shit, but I don't know, man. Is Dirrell gonna get somebody them 10 racks or what? All right, shit.
Man, I tried so hard to find that shit, dog. I was smooth tag that nigga quick as hell.
On me, nigga. That's what I'm trying to do, nigga. I'm trying to get you up.
If the video was 10, the audio gotta be at least 5. So shit. For real. Niggas need that.
Oh, you good, homie?
I ain't doing that gas, man. I'm smoking that Dirrell pack, man.
Ah, okay.
Man, I'm smoking that Dirrell pack till the sack gone. You hear me? That nigga smoked out here.
You smoking that weed plants. Okay, I see.
Hey, cultivated by Caleb Plant himself. You
There
hear me?
you go.
They say Plant got the green thumb. You hear me?
Okay. He finally lived up to his last name for real. Caleb Plant, and he planted it. He planted that guy.
Man, me cultivated that nigga faster than a motherfucker. Good smoke.
Oh, for real. That was great.
But shit, man, I think I'm ready to see Caleb Plant and Benavidez now. Shit.
No, it's been a long overdue. I hope that happens.
I heard Benavidez got a little fight lined up.
He's fighting Caleb's older fight. Jose Uzcategui.
Yeah.
Hey, he better be careful. Jose has some power. He has some pop in his shots, but I feel like it's gonna be like a 7th round KO or something like that. TKO or something. Yeah,
Benavidez got to be super impressive. He got to come out just like his first real 168 pounder. He done fought.
Yeah, the top of the line. This is his top tier opponent. First top tier opponent.
Yeah.
Well, Dirrell was too, but like,
yeah, well,
he was like 36, 30, 35 when he fought him.
Yeah, he a decent opponent, I guess. Some people gonna be mad because Benavidez been hollering about he want them top guys and shit. He don't want to fight no more little tune-ups and shit like this. But
didn't he price himself out of a fight with Andre?
Shit, I don't know about all that.
Because they were asking for like $7 million to fight Andre or something like that. That's a little bit expensive.
Yeah, but man, they ain't going to no other network. Ain't no PBC fighter going to no other network to fight nobody. Like, that was, I don't know.
Only Floyd's allowed to do that. Only Floyd.
Man, Floyd done fought more times than these niggas on PBC this year.
Exactly.
That shit crazy. Like,
was he Floyd, he's in his 3rd fight this year?
Man, Floyd disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, fuck it. That's their boss, man. They wanted to do that shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I might have Bob Aaron my way up in that bitch till I leave, man. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I'm gonna hop off this live just now, bro.
Yeah. All right, fam. Yeah. Fuck, I'm about to go and hop off this bit too.
Might as well. Shit, OG, if you in this motherfucker, we slide, man. Appreciate you for having us on for sure.
Man, yeah.